welcome to the Inglorious Bards. I'm your humble Game Master Tom, and this is Adventure 36. Glad to have you here. We are excited to see where we go from last adventure, which was epically, chaotically crazy. We are coming to you live at twitch.tv/IngloriousBards. We're also available on our YouTube channel if you want to catch the previous videos, as well as every podcast platform out there. And don't forget to drop by our Discord channel. You can find all the details about that and join the community at ingloriousbards.com. Let's do a quick shout out to one of our patrons, Jonathan Cummings. Thank you so much for supporting us, and we certainly appreciate you and everyone else supporting us on Patreon and Twitch as well. And we hope you enjoy all the extra content we provide for you folks. And let's not wait any longer. Without further ado, let's get a recap of what happened during our last adventure.
Oh my gosh, was it a big one? When we started, we were in the middle of the center spire, just coming out of a saw blades and undead pirates battle. But it didn't stop there. We were able to descend further down the tower using the elevator and found a room full of treasures. Kind of. Some seemed like good treasures. There were some berries, there were some potions, excuse me, some other things. But what we found was when we left certain ones there and picked up some others, it actually opened another stairway going down. So we were able to walk down further into the tower to find a beautiful sleeping chambers, which had a pendant in there with an R and with this password of Rocage, opened up to see that there was a woman, a picture of a woman inside, and we believed it was Captain Rocage's charm, his pendant that kept him alive. In so believing, even though while we searched the rest of the room, Palik took a dagger and stabbed and destroyed the pendant. And our fears were suddenly realized as the ocean started attacking us within the spire, and we could see the Night Skull right outside. We made our way back up and out of the tower barely, as there was just tons of water pouring in after us. And when we got up there, Captain Jagged was there with the Night Skull and called all of us to come back onto his ship and face him, heroes to pirates, and he wanted us to die and become part of his crew. We obliged, we jumped onto his ship, and we started fighting. And we fought, and we fought, and we fought. We were able to save just a couple of people from the old taint, which was already sinking off the shore, or not far from us near another spire. And we fought to the last man. Yaru got beaten and battered and knocked down a couple of times. So did Piercy, coming back up and down. And finally, when it all came to it, Sildren came through with some final blasts, and Brenros was dead and dying, and Xander was near dying. It was horrible, but Jagged fell. And in doing so, the Night Skull exploded and sent everyone out into the water. Only because of Sildren's quick thinking and flipper feet were we able to actually catch each other and get ourselves back up into the dinghy, where we managed to pull ourselves together, and that's where we were. So most of us are nearly dead. Some of us are just barely alive, even with our two extra crewmates from the taint. That's where we left off, alive and gasping. So let's see where we go from here. Let the adventure begin!
The 8 survivors of the Battle of the Spires huddled together in the small dinghy. 6 badly wounded heroes, the Minotaur Cabal and the old woman Fiel, watched the debris of the black nightmare ship sink beneath the sea. The druid Sildren shakes his transformed finned feet back into the shape of boots. He is wet and exhausted.
Everyone alive and counted for?
Accounted for? Yes. Alive. Just barely.
That battle was so crazy! Let's row over to that spire and catch our breath, the one with the treasures.
Before Yaru gets to the oars, the water where the black ship once rested churns. A large whirlpool begins to form, pulling the heroes in their dinghy into its churning water.
We're not out of this yet.
Hold on to something! We're going in!
The dinghy swirls around the growing maelstrom and is pulled into the swirling water. Yaru does his best with the oars to keep the dinghy upright while everyone else holds on to one another. The horizon and spires disappear from view as the little craft is sucked into the swirling depths.
Ah!
Far from the 5 spires, another ocean stirs, surrounded by dark clouds. Launching out of the water several feet like a torpedo, the dinghy with 8 survivors sails out of the water before splashing back down. It hits the water with a thud, almost knocking some of the heroes out of the craft. The boat floats quietly on the sea in the calm center of a storm.
We're alive, everyone. We're alive. But where have we gotten ourselves to?
If I'm not mistaken, this is the very location of the maelstrom that took us to the 5 spires to begin with.
The storm around here doesn't look as bad as it did before. I see rain, some choppy seas, but no lightning, no giant waves. It's not too bad.
We're adrift on the ocean in a tiny little boat! This is pretty bad!
Then no time like the present to make our way east, and hopefully find shore.
Agreed.
Yaru gets to work rowing the crowded dinghy in an easterly direction. With no land in sight, everyone knows it will be a long journey. Several days have passed. Everyone on the dinghy is worn out and tired. A light snow drifts down from above. A water skin of magically purified water is passed around. Sildren waves one hand over the other, and hard bread forms into existence.
By the gods, not more of your magical bread. It tastes like nothing. It tastes worse than nothing.
Better this bread that I can conjure than starvation, friend.
This bread tastes like the inside of my boot.
Yaru, switch with me. I'll take a turn at the oars.
Oh, gladly.
It tastes like old socks that have been in Piercy's cheeks for a week.
Hey, now.
We have to find an island soon! We've been out here for days!
It tastes like the leather padding inside Brenrose's armor.
A very vivid description, Palik, but you're not helping the mood.
Hey, everyone. I have an idea to lighten our spirits. Why don't we sing a Yanti tune?
This isn't the best place for a song, Piercy.
Oh, sure it is. We can all sing a sea chanty.
A what?
A sea chanty. A chanty of the sea.
I don't think it's a good idea.
What?
Come on, my friends. It'll be a fun time. I'll tell you what. I'll get started, and the rest of you join in. All right? Oh, yeah. Well, what will we do with an undead sailor? What will we do with an undead sailor? What will we do with an undead sailor? Send him to the sea for...
Hey,
Way and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, send him to the sea floor.
Shave his skelly with a rusty razor. Shave his skelly with a rusty razor. Shave his skelly with a rusty razor. Send him to the sea floor.
Waves, way hey and up she rises, way hey and up she rises, send him to the sea floor.
Put him in the bed with the cleric's daughter. Put him in the bed with the cleric's daughter. Put him in the bed with the cleric's daughter. Send him to the sea floor.
Way hey, and up she rises. Way hey, and up she rises. Way hey, and up she rises. Send him to the sea floor.
Hit him with a fist and put him in a chokehold. Hit him with a fist and put him in a chokehold. Hit him with a fist and put him in a chokehold. Send him to the sea floor.
Way hey, the night skull rises. Way hey, the night skull rises. Way hey, the night skull rises. Send her to the sea floor.
Burn him with my hands till he's on fire. Burn him with my hands till he's on fire. Burn him with my hands till he's on fire. Send him to the sea floor.
Hey, hey, the night skull rises. Way, hey, skull rises. Way, hey, rises. Send her to the sea floor.
That's what we do with an undead sailor. That's what we do with an undead sailor. That's what we do with an undead sailor. Send him to the sea floor.
Way, hey, the night skull rises. Way, hey, the night skull rises. Way, hey, the night skull rises. Send her to the sea floor.
Hey, good job, everyone. That was fun, yeah? You're saying right. See, now everyone's spirits are a little lifted now.
It tastes like the left side of Captain Jagged's zombie asshole.
The dinghy rows on and on across the shimmering sea. Hours turn into days. As snow falls all around them, Sildren lowers his hand into the cold ocean.
It's hard to know where we are. All I've seen for days has been snow and the sea. I fear we might be lost.
In the distance, barely visible through the snow, two whales blast water from their blowholes. The whales dip down and raise their wide tails into the air. Sildren smiles and points to the whales.
Follow our new friends, Yaru, as long as you can. They know the way to land.
Endless hours passed following the whales before the beautiful creatures finally dove deep beneath the water. The snow is heavy now and gathers on the dinghy and the cloaks of the huddled heroes. They sit close together, sharing warmth and refusing to let Xander warm them with his burning hands.
Come on!
The little gnome sorcerer takes comfort in the bosom of Palik, both of them shivering. The only things in sight are gray sea and endless snow. The only sound is the splashing of Yaru's oars in the cold water. Until one day...
Land ho! Land ho!
Peering through the snow, Sildren sees a small island in the distance. No, a huge island in the distance.
He's right. We've made it.
Yay!
Yes, but made it to where?
Anywhere with solid earth is better than freezing to death in this dinghy.
The 8 survivors finally bring their little craft to the shore of the large island, blanketed in snow. Piercy wastes no time deploying his magical explorer's yurt. This medium-sized tent is much bigger on the inside, has bedrolls for 10 people, a fire pit, and enough food and water to last as long as needed. Inside the yurt, everyone rests for 2 days, replenishing their energy, scouting some of the island, and planning their next move. Though still cut off from the rest of the world, the survivors of the 5 Spires are at last dry and warm, though far from safe. In that time, you guys have recovered up to 2 wounded levels to each of you. It's been more than that in days, but due to the rough seas, the uncomfortable conditions, and the cold weather, you only got 2 days of decent rest. You're at full health and 2 wounded levels down. Also of note, our heroes have gotten a little bit stronger with their levels as well, so they're excited to see what comes of this. So you guys are on this island. It is a rocky crag. It's got trees and some shrubs that are unseasonably trying to deal with the snow. The snow is blanketed everywhere except one warm spot that is this magical yurt that kind of just stands out right now. It's It's like, those weed growing operations you see in the houses where it's like the snow is melted in one spot. That's what you see here. And everyone is, you guys are going out, you're scouting around from time to time. You're maybe foraging for something better to eat than generic bland food that the yurt might provide. And you've just been kind of gathering yourselves from the crazy battle at the Five Spires.
I've been thinking, why didn't I open the yurt on the dinghy?
You can't.
Why
Think
not?
it's too big.
It would tip over
Oh.
with us.
That's why I didn't open it on the dinghy.
Yes, we said that.
And
Right.
this may be inconvenient timing, but wasn't there a hostage that Captain Jagged had taken?
I was just gonna ask. Ambassador Nordello. What do you think happened to her?
I want that as a soundbite right there.
Are we the baddies again?
Well, I don't think there's anything we could have done to avoid whatever fate she fell into, which was probably as a crew member of the...
Or one of the flesh cannonballs?
Or that.
Those were terrifying. Do you remember when the ship exploded? The ship exploded.
I don't. I was nearly dead. I'm glad Brenros pulled me out of that water.
Man, me too. Wait, no, I saved you. I was
You did?
I was helping. I saved your life. Is what I did.
No. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Sildren, thinking back with your connection with the whales from the 2 days ago, they brought you to this island for safety, but you don't know why exactly this island. It is evening time right now. Most everyone is gathered inside the yurt. Brenros is outside chopping some wood. And Cabaln, the Lady Minotaur, who helped found the town that was overrun by undead some time ago. She looks really down and once again starts talking poorly about her sibling. My brother, he's gonna pay for this.
I agree. We're gonna knock his ass out of here.
I should have done it when I had the chance. Instead, I took my friends and we fled, tried to make something new, something different. But now I see that death is on every path I take, no matter which path it is.
So, you're not going anywhere, right? Like, you sound like you're going somewhere, but there's nowhere to go. Like, keep your revenge. That's cool. Like, keep that fire inside. We need to keep that going, but
First
you're
of all,
hanging
you
out.
keep your fire inside, and I know
You don't know
you.
me. You're a
I know. I just said I know you. I beat you to it, and I know you all are heroes. I've seen you slay the impossible Captain Jagged. I know that you've got this dinghy. If there's a will, there's a way. And if you get me back to Port Rising, I will take my brother down.
That sounds
Thank you
promising.
as far as Mos Eisley.
How, so you said this is a large island, but like, is there any can we see any other islands from where we're at?
Oh no, the snow is super heavy. Right now you can hear wolves howling off in the distance, so it's big enough to sustain some ecosystems. And you've maybe scouted a quarter of the island, that just hasn't been much to see or much use trudging through this heavy snow. So you also notice, I'm sorry, Alistair, you had something?
Oh, I was just going to say, Yaru has been sitting by the fire with all of the maps that he got from Jagged's office spread out, and has been focused more on the section of everything, just to see if we're on, possibly if there's an island anywhere in the east that we could be on, or if we're even further than that, possibly back to mainland, or or what?
Great. Make a survival roll for me. Make a high survival roll.
Awesome. Exactly what Yar is known for, everyone.
That might be a lie.
Let's see. Not exactly, but survival roll.
Oh, not bad.
Ooh, if that
Good.
sustains a 32.
32. You guys hear as the night goes on and the fire crackles, you hear chopping of wood outside, and then you hear Yarrow go, oh, exactly. No. No. He invents a protractor. No. And he's trying all these different options. And Yarrow, you believe you've isolated it down to 4 different islands as your best guess.
Okay.
From the 1,000, that's pretty good.
Yeah, I would say so.
Meanwhile, Piercy, you hear a little more coughing that you've heard over the last few days and haven't thought much of it, but now a bit of puking from outside the yurt. You poke your head out and you see Brenros is thrown up onto the snow some distance away as he's chopping wood.
Bren Rose, you okay? You okay?
I'm fine. I think just a little seasickness from before. Probably.
But, that was a few days ago.
I don't say how much, probably. I'm sure it'll pass.
So unconvincing.
Percy pulls out his thermal thermometer and checks his forehead.
Oh, really?
You had to COVID.
I don't like that we're laughing at that.
Yeah, no,
Do you know anyone in the last 14 days who has the COVID?
we're as quarantined as we're gonna get. I don't know what to say.
Brenros, you have gained the sickened 1 condition.
Second one. All right. Second one. I'm sure I just need some food and a night's rest.
I think maybe Sildren should take a look at you. Sildren!
Soldrin
I don't see
pokes his head out of the tent.
He's off riding whales. Leave him.
Free Willy. Sildren. I think Brenrose, he's a little sick.
What's going on, Sir Brenros?
Just not feeling great. I'm sure it'll pass.
Hold still. And Soldrin will give him
Please,
a
all this
mundane and magical look over.
Is that like raising an eyebrow, sultry like? All right. Go ahead and make a medicine roll, which is nature for you.
Yep. All right, there are my skills.
I can't read this with it down.
Oh my god, where's nature? There it is. That will be a 37.
You have identified not exactly what it is, but Brenros is afflicted with a disease, the source of which somehow is contaminated fecal matter.
Hepatitis?
You have coli, I believe. That or Giardia. It's not good. Let me look through my spell list because I think I have some.
Silly lights!
That's funny.
Oh my. So it's a disease?
It is.
Okay.
Sildren, King Phaon has a rash. Silly lights! He just solves everything.
That will fix a lot.
The children at the orphanage.
Just need to shine some sunlight on that and you'll be all fine.
Sounds like it's episode 34's revenge.
Mm-hmm. Give me a minute on that. I have to look through it's something I haven't
He's
had to deal with before, so I'm not sure what I got for it.
Aside from the vomiting, am I penalized in other ways or just the sickened one?
Sickened 1 is plenty enough.
Just sickened 1. Is that all?
I don't know what that. I don't know what that does to my rolls.
Oh, sure. If you want, you can go to your compendium at the top right-hand corner. It's a little scroll icon, and you should see conditions listed there.
I think you're making stuff up.
No, I made it available for you guys.
It's there.
So I will be dropping feet to fins and picking up remove disease.
All right. Do you see it, Brenrose?
Second from the right.
Second from the right. Compendium packs, conditions. Got it. Okay.
Conditions. So sickened is you are -1 to every check and every DC that you have to roll. And this one, it says in there that you can try to retch and throw it up. This one you cannot throw up.
Okay. So -1 on my thing. Okay. Cool. I mean, not cool, but just -1.
Take 2 of these and see me in 8 hours.
If you're holding a monkey in front of me, we're gonna have problems. Okay. So
Yes.
yeah, no, go ahead.
Yeah. So anything else you guys want to do tonight? Soldern's going to relearn some magic to help you out.
Hey, Xander,
Yes.
we got some loot to look at. We
Oh,
got a whole bunch of loot to look
I've
at.
been dying to look at the loot. I'm so excited right now.
Yeah.
Xander didn't have enough time over the last 4 or 5 days since it takes 3 actions or a minute now for him to just no time. Yeah, you guys have a bunch of different things. What are you looking at, Xander?
Let's see. So first, there was a pendant. Feel like there's an orange potion, which we found out was a potion of flying. There's like a rabbit's foot.
Let's do one at a time.
All right, calm down.
It's just too many.
It's like Christmas morning.
There's a
someone
lot
was
of
talking
there's a lot of
out over.
stuff.
They've had to abandon Christmas at Xander's house just because he tears through everything.
I like that the idea of going with that analogy. Xander opens the present and goes, "Oh, okay, this is an orange potion of flying."
Yeah, your Christmas starts with no. It's not magical. I don't want it.
Not magic.
He takes the package, shakes it next to his ear, and says, "I don't know. I gotta wait a level." Xander, choose
Operation.
Let's do the pendant first.
one. Pendant.
I think
Didn't we destroy that?
I think there's some pieces of the pendant still on my dagger
Oh,
here.
that pendant. I'm gonna close that one off. I don't think that's
No, that one-
that's it anymore. There's a rabbit's foot.
Rabbit's foot. You have easily identified the rabbit's foot. It is called a lucky rabbit's foot.
I got it.
It is a talisman that you affix to your armor. So it is a one-time use consumable item. And it triggers as a reaction whenever you fail a reflex save against damage to you, like a fireball or a lightning bolt. And when it triggers, you can activate the lucky rabbit's foot, re-roll the reflex save, and take another shot at it. And if the second roll is still a fail, you still get to move up to your speed. So it's even a backup for the failure.
I like your 2 examples were fireball and lightning bolt.
Lightning.
What are you trying to say?
I'm putting this in. I'm putting each of these that you identify in the group loot sheet, which currently still has, I believe, a potion of flying and 300 platinum pieces in there.
Nice.
Xander, what's next?
I see bracers.
Bracers. Got it. Making a roll. Another very easy one for you. You identified these as bracers of missile deflection greater. Idrisil had a pair of these some time ago. This is a greater version. So this is burns your reaction whenever you are hit by a ranged weapon attack. You trigger this and it gives you +2 armor class. So if you're just within 2 of your armor class when you got hit, you can expend your reaction to turn it into a miss. What makes this greater is instead of once a day, you can do this once every 10 minutes.
Oh, nice.
I have dropped the bracers of missile deflection into the list. What's next?
That is everything I had written down. There's like
All
5
right.
other things though.
There's a
Yeah, Xander, what are these? Two blue potions.
2 blue potions.
2 blue potions. Yeah. That was sketchy. You have found 2 potions of swimming.
Oh,
These taste like salt water and a bit gritty to get down. When you drink them, you gain a swim speed. There are some that give you swim speed equal to half your normal move speed. This gives you swim speed equal to your normal land speed for a full hour. These are greater versions.
I can do the fast swimming. Swimming right. I like that.
That combined with Brenros and your skill to hold your breath would come in very much handy.
Xander, here's a small potion. We need to figure out what this is. I don't know. It's just small.
It's a. You're right. It's small.
One small
It's not
potion
the orange
it is.
one.
Was this the Toblerone one?
No, that one got left behind.
Oh, that's right.
That's going to be a post, then after series question.
He's just going to taunt you and say it was a wish potion.
Xander, since you are unable to identify the color or any other identification marks on this potion, you are unable to identify the potion itself. You have no idea what it does.
It's neat. It's neat, small potion. You keep that, Palik. That's for you.
Okay, how about this armband?
Ooh, an armband. Let me take a look.
Armband. Oh, natural 20.
Yeah, I know this one.
It is an armband of athleticism. This, if you ever have to make a check to climb or to swim, let's say you're trying to scale a wall or a cliff extra fast and you don't have an innate climbing speed. Yaru does, so he's good. But if you don't have it, or you want to swim faster, if you succeed at the climb or swim to go extra fast, like I think Sildren or Brenros did it coming out of the maelstrom, when you knock the ship down into the chasm, trying to get up as fast as you could. This gives you an additional 5-foot bonus to your move, but more importantly, it gives you a permanent +2 bonus to your athletics skill.
Wow.
That's awesome.
That is in the chat, the group. And I don't see any restrictions on that either.
There's 2 more things, Xander. There's this like bomb-looking thing.
Oh yeah, the big bomb, the Jixie thing. Let me take a look at the bomb.
All right. That is also good. You have identified this as a poison called honey scent. And it is an inhaled poison that triggers vivid hallucinations in the target. So if you can get them to breathe in this poison, it causes them to believe that they are swarmed by ravenous biting insects that are feeding on them, and they start clawing at themselves if they fail their willpower save, which is a pretty high 30 willpower check. And they'll do some light damage to themselves, and if the poison continues to go further and further, they might gain stupefied or even the drain condition as they continue to slash at themselves.
That's a nasty one.
I like that. There's one last thing. There's some leather armor.
Putting on the poison like it's a Mai Tai.
Leather armor. You scratch your head, you don't know what the leather armor does.
It looks like leather armor.
Xander.
Thank you, Xander.
Xander, didn't you also find a rune at the bottom of the ocean?
It's a great question. I did find the urn. Remember that? I brought that up from the temple, and I opened it up, and it had like a little thing inside, a little like a rune stick. But then things went really crazy, and then we had to fight the Night Skull, and then there was the purple monster. We went into the whirlpool. Do you remember we went to the Spires, Yaru?
I do.
After we went down the whirlpool, there's.
Do you think you could try that again?
Oh, sure.
Checking, rolling. That is a success. of data that is in our old VT. So Xander's spending some time checking this out. He seems confident the answer is coming. While that information loads in his head, what else would you guys like to do tonight?
Hey, Sildren. Can I borrow some of your magic powers? Can you take a look at these items?
I can.
There's a little potion and some leather armor.
It's just leather armor, children.
Okay.
Yeah, the little potion is... Where is it at? I don't have the little... It is a... I don't have it right here. It is an enlarged potion. Can I just make something up real fast? It'll increase your size.
So many jokes not to make here, boys.
Yeah, I
Good
know.
job. Good job.
Everybody, hold.
Let's call it
Not here.
Potion of Growth.
Potion,
Do that for
potion
now.
of
Getting
Garrett.
better.
There's your episode title, Tim.
And armor. Sildren, almost critically succeeded. You are able to identify the armor. The armor is electric eel skin armor. So this is +1 leather armor. It is also resilient armor, which means it gives you +1 to all of your saving throws.
Oh,
Jeez.
It also gives you +2 bonus to any athletics checks to swim or stealth while you're in water. It gives you the permanent ability to breathe water.
Whoa!
What?
And finally, since it's electric eel skin, for 2 actions, once per day, you can cast a level 2 shocking grasp spell and touch someone to do 3d12 points of electrical damage and possibly persistent damage to them.
Xander was right. This is just leather armor, but I'm going to go ahead and just deal with it myself.
No. We're gonna have to roll some dice on that one.
A knifey dicey.
Ship captain crew.
Brenros is trying to
Is
gather.
that it? Wasn't there? There was some.
The
What else did we?
And also,
The rune
is there
information?
anything else that we were holding onto?
What
that
else
we
did we
weren't
take
able to
out
identify?
of the room with the altars, or not the altars, but the glass boxes? We took
Some berries and a
the
gem.
berries.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Were there 2 things or 3 things?
Just 2.
So was that the gem and the berries?
Left
The
gem,
potions
the pendant,
We
and
took,
Oh.
I don't think we took the
the
gem.
goblet. Sorry, we took the potions and the berries. We left the goblet,
Yeah.
the gem,
Yeah.
and the medallion.
Probably a mistake of some sort.
Oh, for sure. We don't
certainly
make
left some magic
mistakes.
items behind.
The goblet of everlasting water was a mistake. Come
Can
on.
always go back. Brenros is gathering the wood, but he's making it into a large pyre kind of situation for signaling.
Okay.
That's
And arranging it in big letters for any planes that fly overhead as well.
witches, warlocks,
3 straight lines.
Yeah.
Where are
overhead.
you getting the wood?
From
There's-
a tree line.
Yeah, there's some trees and stuff.
What kind of trees?
Wood ones.
Well, I wouldn't go that far. There are
Stone ones are a bitch.
Pine.
birchy trees that are thin, kind of like Chris's background with how thin they can be.
Hey. So nothing that would seem like it's an everpine or something that lives in something that snows all the time.
No.
Huh.
Brenros knows
Sounded
nothing of the
inconvenient.
3 nature rolls that just went over his head, so he just keeps chopping and building.
All right. It is the next morning. If we're all right to move forward. Sildren, you had a spell you're casting?
Yes. So realizing that Sir Brenrose had eaten enough monkey poop to contract something,
It wasn't by my choice.
I mean, call it what you will.
Sneaking away snacks in the late hours.
Absorbed. Yes, I will cast Remove Disease from Sir Brenrose.
All right, make a spell attack roll. You must counter Puabwa's, I guess, ass DC. Let's see what happens.
Okay, so
How does the dispelling occur? Is it just you putting your finger in my mouth?
Remind me how to do a spell attack roll by itself.
Just click one of your searing light.
Okay.
That'll work.
No.
Holy crap, where are you? There you are.
And
Oh, that was so
We're going to use our first hero point of the day with
Why?
a
What
2.
happened? Oh.
roll the 2.
Yep, so we're going to re-roll that with a 4, so a total of 24.
24? It does not work. Do you have another copy of that spell prepared?
I do not.
Then you'll have to
Put
wait a
all
day.
of my
Good try.
eggs in that one remove disease basket.
Oh, but Sir Brenrose, you
Yes.
can make a fortitude saving throw.
Oh, woohoo! I will do that. Excuse me. Saves, fortitude, big button. Here we go. Whoa, 39.
39. Your white blood cells tackle against Puabwa's inside of you. You are able to lower your disease level from 1 down to 0. You have vomited one too many times and finally gotten the sickness out of you.
If it matters.
I cured you, friend. You are disease free now.
Your foot is no longer disease free. I'm terribly sorry. If it matters, the standard success is elevated to a critical success for a fortitude save.
You are resistant to any disease Puabwa throws at you for the next 24 hours.
Incoming! Very well. I feel much better, I think.
It is morning time. Some of you, like Brenrose, is feeling better, trying to get his spirits lifted again, staying busy. Some people are making plans. Yaru is triangulating things on maps, trying to come up with some possibilities. Sildren and Xander and Palik, you guys are out exploring just a little bit, gathering some more wood. Sildren, you're careful to say no, not those trees. Let's use these trees over here. And as you're walking around on some of these snow-covered rocks and boulders and going over different rises, you see more trees and more heavy snow falling. You shake your hoods to get some of the snow off. You see off in the distance what looks to be a giant frozen hand, some 12 feet long, sticking out of the snow.
Sildren will point that out and, kind of give a, let's go look at it, and we'll cautiously approach. It's me, Palik, and who else?
Me! I'm super cautious.
Xander,
I'm the cautious master. Look at me being cautious.
See if there's any magic as we approach.
Will do. Cautious, no. Careful, no.
Xander's checking
Quiet,
and checking.
No.
As the three of you cautiously make your way and trudge through the snow, and I think even Xander and Palik are both like those adorable puppies that you see in the snow that kind of half disappear as they go through. You guys approach what you see to be an enormous statue of a man half buried in the snow and ground. This is something like 80 to 120 feet tall. You can see a bit of the face. It's a long face. There are two arms sticking out. The left hand holds an open book, and it's all stone. It's a big stone book. His right hand looks to have been badly broken in some strange way. As you get close, you can see the statue's been worn down by the elements for a long, long time. Now has smooth features as opposed to sharp, crisp ones. And Xander is tossed back 20 feet and takes 8 points of force damage as your detect magic backfires as you detect a strong amount of chaotic magic. Powerful, yet slightly chaotic that you were not quite prepared for somewhere on this statue.
Ah! Ugh! I haven't had one of those before. There's like some chaotic magic up there. Be careful, it bites.
What are you talking about? Why are you messing around, Xander?
I'm not messing around. Something hit me. I was looking for the magic up there and it snapped back at me. That's never happened before.
I know.
Do it again.
Okay.
Sildren steps
are-
back and away from Xander.
You are not smart.
Xander,
I
Make an
know. I
Arcana
was
roll,
just
please.
teasing you.
Arcana roll. You. 33.
33, you are able to identify where the right hand of this giant statue used to be. The right hand has been shattered into 100 pieces you can't see anymore. They're long lost to time. But where that hand used to be, you can sense almost like some sort of thermal camera where you can see through your detect vision, there's a space where the hand would be. There's a magic spherical glow as you detect magic, and you believe it is again, slightly chaotic magic, yet powerful, that would give you a boon if you were able to pass your body through that.
Give your body a boon. Okay. I don't know how to describe this. There is an invisible orange glowing hand right there. And I'm pretty sure that if I walk through it, it'll be rad. It'll feel really good. So I'm gonna do that.
Okay. How are you gonna get up there? I can probably climb up there and. Oh, that's right. You got all sorts of shit. Never mind.
Plan on.
We do have a potion of flying.
What's that?
We do have a potion of flying if you want to use that.
Oh, I can fly without the potion.
Okay, fancy pants. Do it.
And on cue, Xander Ironmans by pointing his hand straight down, pushing fire straight out of his palms, and flying up to where the hand used to be.
All right, Xander blasts a warm spot on the island briefly as he launches up into the air, and you fly, you say, through that magical moat.
The magical spot where the hand used to be. Yeah.
All right. You fly through it and you feel this tingle over your body. You fly a little bit faster for a bit, and you then come swooping by, and you sense that it is still there. That magical energy is still there, and you feel a little bit empowered. Your next 2 spells that you cast will be heightened an additional level than they normally can be, even beyond your maximum casting capability.
Oh, cool.
However, you believe there might be 1 or more chaotic effects that will also trigger upon casting those 2 spells.
I was just going to ask if Xander thought Sildren could benefit from it, but I'm okay.
Let me tell you how this feels.
It's okay if you are chaotic in some way, but you're a healer. Sildren's gonna check out the other hand with the book, dust some snow off of it,
Cool.
and see if there's any, writing there, which actually would be more pronounced if with the snow in it.
Yeah, you start moving snow around. You see that there is this, it's a huge book, bigger than the dinghy you guys have been in for the last few days. And you are able to brush it and see there is writing etched in there. It's not faded, and it is, I don't believe, a language you know, but you are able to identify it as Chiloran, an old ancient.
I was already calling Xander over as soon as I saw it. Just
Ooh, I feel so good right now. It feels really good. I'm like, my teeth are a little bit tingly, but it's okay. I feel a little fuzzy in my fingers, and I feel really solid. I think I might do a spell right now. I can explode something. It'd be really huge. Here I am. Watch me go. Watch me go. Watch me go. This is really cool. Can you move as fast as I can? Blake, look. Am I vibrating? If I just stand still, am I just shaking a little bit?
You might be more handy if you were.
Handy, because there's a hand. I see what you did there. This was a really funny joke. She's hilarious. I love her. Sandra, what do you want?
Wait,
Found the equivalent of a magical pixie stick. He's just guzzling the sugar.
can you read this?
Yes, 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 I can. Yes, yes.
What does it say?
It says. Yes.
It reads as follows. Let's calm it down. It reads, I watch over this bastion of knowledge. I hold back the tide of ignorance and lies. I guide the hands that shape the magic of this world. Through power, all can be unlocked.
That sounds significant.
Let's wonder if this is something Sir Brenrose would recognize in his religious training.
That would be really cool.
Brenrose
So
is
it's
not there,
definitely a
right?
guardian
No.
of some sort.
Okay.
Soden will do a couple circles of the area and just see if there's anything else to glean from this in the immediate area before, I guess, we then go back and
All right.
gather Sir Brenrose at least.
Children, real quick. Hang on. Through power, all
Pull
can
my
be unlocked.
finger.
Something chaotic will happen.
Magic explosions. There was a guy. Do you remember way back in Mirskan, months ago, we found that little thing underground that had the guy who said that through power all can be unlocked. That was something we heard before, right?
It does sound familiar. I will have to review my memories.
Oh my god, it is. Okay, let's think about it.
All right. You guys head back towards the yurt, which is a bit of a hike. And on your way back, Xander has a eureka moment about the rune he has finally loaded up in his head. Xander, you have identified this rune as a weapon infusion rune +2. So if someone spends about 10 minutes, they can touch the rune to their weapon and it will overwrite any other infusion rune that's already on there and turn a +0 or +1 weapon into a +2, which is huge. I don't think many of you, I think one or two of you might have +2s, or several of you, but not all the weapons do. So it's pretty strong.
Wow. This is a good one. It's a weapon +2, you guys. I don't have a
that's-
weapon. I can't use it.
That's tasty. Well, let's put it in the bag here. We're gonna have to split all this stuff up eventually. Might as well keep it together.
As the
Yeah.
three of you make your way back towards the yurt, you're still not quite there. Sildren, Xander, and Palik, the three of you hear the growl of a wolf from just beyond the darkness. You can see that there's a large, dark canine shape. It's lurking just outside of sight in the snow. So you had this heavy snow. You could just see this dark shape.
That's a big one. I haven't seen a wolf like that in a long time.
There's going to be no need for weapons. And Sildren
Oh,
takes a step forward.
About Captain Jagged too.
And slowly out of the underbrush and the tree line, a large black golden-eyed wolf with a silver mane, but not from age. It's not a juvenile, but it's probably 2. Struts out, and Sildren goes down to one knee and lowers his head, and the wolf comes up in a very familiar gesture that you've seen him do with Yathane in the past, and they basically touch forehead to forehead. Take it easy, Tim. And a little while passes, and you realize that Sildren's chanting very, very quietly as just a very faint green nimbus of light, almost like an aurora borealis, forms around both him and the wolf, and then just remains there for a few moments. And as the light is fading, Sildren slips out of his cloak the jewelry that he had been working on, and it's actually a large leather collar that is spiked with the teeth of the creatures that we have killed.
that's us.
And magically infused in it are 2 of Yathane's feathers included in the collar. And he stands up and turns around and faces Palik and Xander, rests a hand on the wolf's shoulder. The names of wolves do not easily translate to spoken tongues, but he has agreed to be known as Shunka. And we have bonded, and he shall be accompanying us.
That's amazing. Hey, can we use him to, him or her?
Him.
Can we use him to scare the shit out of the rest of the party? We just send him into the yurt, just growling. We'll come in right after.
Shunka sort of appraises you, Palik, and kind of like steps over and like bumps you just hard enough to almost like lift you off your feet, and like almost in like a playful way.
Whoa there, doggy.
Turns towards Xander and just like sniffs in the distance, but like doesn't approach Xander.
I want to scratch his ears a little.
And he's open to it. Yeah, Shunka's fine with taking a good petting.
Ah, he's great.
And I think-
Sildren, gain a
Yes.
hero point. That was an awesome,
That was.
awesome moment. Oh, that necklace was so cool.
Yeah, that's kind of amazing.
You've been working on that for a shit long time.
Yeah, I've had that kind of set up, and then I just keep, I've been sort of playing it out in my head for a while and refining it. So
No, but like well before Yathane was even, her
Yeah.
fate was sealed. That's awesome.
yeah,
Is that Shunka?
Sunka.
Sunka.
Yeah,
Pronounced how one more time?
Shunka.
Shunka.
Yeah,
All right.
or kind of Shunka.
All right.
I'm sure I'll say it both ways at some point.
Like the coffee.
Very inconsistent.
Yeah, I bet you Master Yaru will shit his robe. We could really scare the pants off of him.
The 3 of you return back to the camp, and you approach the yurt, the only sign of civilization you've seen in days in the sea and snow, with a new companion, a new member of the group.
Piercy is with Yaru, and he has pulled out his shadow map out of his cheek pouch and is trying to compare it with what Yaru has.
All right. You are able to easily identify the chateau map where it pointed to in the islands that line up with Piercy, with Yaru's specific maps. Also, your shadow map has changed its shape, if I haven't mentioned that in the past. It is no longer having this line going out to the Thousand Isles. It now is has this inert symbol similar to all the others that were also on there.
Oh. So there's just like 3 or 4 dots, but that's it.
Yep.
Yaru, the line it's not there. I wonder what happened.
I don't know when the last time we checked this map is, but it could be that it was drawing us to take care of what happened with Jagged, and now that it is gone, now that he is gone, perhaps the map knows the threat is over. At least for now.
Maybe. I just hold on to it.
Very well.
Back in the pouch.
Oh, hello, Xanar. Hello, Palik.
Hello.
How are you?
Nothing.
What? Did you find anything on your journey?
I'd say they certainly have.
Why is everyone looking at me like that? Sildren, you're
real
awfully
excited.
Sildren, you're awfully quiet.
And then Sunka just sort of just pops her head into the I'm sorry.
Sildren!
That is a friend, Master Yaru. His name is Shunka.
More than a friend. I see a bond between you.
Sildren, are those the teeth you have been collecting?
They are.
Why are some of them mine?
Yaru's gonna slowly approach Shunka, and he's gonna get his no cause for alarm ready, and
does lower his head a little bit and gives a growl. It's not threatening, but it's not. It's. I would say acknowledging another alpha predator.
Ooh. Yaru will see that, and respectfully, the bindi on his forehead will glow, and hopefully, I don't have the ability, but hopefully send a little jolt of friendly vibes out to our new compatriot, and he'll come over and scruff his forehead a little bit. This
Shunka bumps you, just kind of, bumps you. Sweet. And then walks away.
And then takes your cut.
This creature is very beautiful. Yathane would be very proud of you.
And through him my companion Yathane
lives on. Yes, she does.
And, meanwhile, Piercy's just like, I've been terrified of this cat for months, and now, come on, guys.
Speaking of Piercy, Shunka walks up to Piercy and is like probably taller than him a little bit. And comes in is sniffing at your cheeks, is paying a lot of attention to them, sniffing something in there. Gives you one big, thick, coarse lick in the face. And then walks over to Sir Brenrose and spends a long time sniffing at Sir Brenrose's shield, very interestingly.
Okay.
Like it has some scent there that he's just trying to.
Unfortunately,
I don't have.
There is no shield.
Apparently,
shit.
Apparently, he likes licking open wounds.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, there's no shield.
Well,
damn.
Then just
Ignored.
Yeah. There's no reason to pay attention to Sir Brenrose.
We agree.
Just his leg.
I'll be outside.
Time to put the old man down.
Who gave Xander coffee?
Mencilla! The mantra of Mencilla! I got it! You guys, we just found a really huge statue that's just gigantic. It's got a huge book in one hand and the other hand is gone, but I walk right through the hand and I can be like really strong for like 2 different spells for chaotic magic. But we read on the book that there was a whole thing that said, I watch over the bastion of knowledge. I hold back the tide of ignorant lies and hold the hands that shape the magic of this world. Through power, all can be unlocked. Right? Right? We got it.
Yeah, we got it. Good job.
I know I've been around everyone too long. I completely understood all that.
That was the mantra of Mansilla. I think that was the statue of Mansilla. This might be a really huge knowledge base of power. I think there's all sorts of things that we can learn here. We gotta go back.
Who's a Manzilla?
We go ahead, Xander.
Okay, so I don't really know, but I understand that it was written to Lord, so he's really old, and he believed that there's a lot of things that can be unlocked, like the universe, like all the power and everything in the universe can be unlocked with the knowledge of magic, I think. I'm pretty sure I think.
That was the Temple of Undeath, wasn't it?
No. It was something that led us to the temple. That was in the sewers. Do you remember where that really big guardian was? That's where Jix used his backpack with a balloon on it, but I had to fall back down because I couldn't get back up and I had to fall back down again. And then I almost died like 3 times, but then we were able to kill him and we took him down. And then there was like a guy that was already dead in there. He had like a ring on his head. I think you remember him, Palik, right? He was with you. And then we were
else would like to recall knowledge while the rant continues.
All right. What are you trying to recall
trying to
about?
get it in a coherent form.
I'm sure there's a penalty involved, but there was this tragic incident of a hard drive exploding, so I'm doing this without notes, but I do recall that phrase about through power all can be unlocked. Said the phrase and it opened up this door in there. So essentially what I'm trying to recall is the name of the individual who...
Make a religion roll, please.
Making a religion roll. No. Where is my religion? There it is. Where is my religion? There it is. 1 click. A 31.
31. Half of what Xander says is true, which goes without saying. It is there. As you guys went into the deep pit, there were 2 huge pits in the city of Mirskan. You went down the deep one. Xander did his little bug climbing thing. You found a elemental temple. As you went through, I think that's the second time you ran into Palik and her adventuring group. Mm-hmm. And outside was this webwork imagery that showed that this was an old forgotten temple to the god Mansilia. And what did you roll? 31? And you know that Mansilia is an old Chiloran god, no longer followed and hasn't been for many years, but he focused on unraveling the great powers of the universe through magic. It was all about unraveling the secrets through magic. That is what you remember. And just on a personal note, as I think back on that scene, I'm like, boy, I don't want to get tangled up in that. That sounds like a crazy adventure. Then you mentioned falling down in the thing with the guardian having to balloon up. I'm like, boy, that sounds like quite a pickle. If you just go back, it doesn't stop. There's just all these knots of, wow. Would I willingly go into this next adventure? No. Interesting. Anyways.
I do recall that name, Mansilia, yes. The old Chiloran god.
And the whales that guided us here seem to have some intent. There was something about this island specifically that they drew them to it for our purposes.
This island could very well be a stronghold for such an old god.
Whales do a lot of things for many different purposes.
Sorry.
Wow.
What you did there.
If we explore further, I'm sure there will be more instances of this god and more dangers to follow. But keep in mind, I know we are waylaid here and for who knows how long, but we do continue to seek for the other dark powers that were mentioned by Skordrenar. we should leave as soon as possible. If this island can help us get that, so be it.
Let us search the island in the morning, and if we don't discover anything, then we'll continue on now that we're rested.
But if we don't even know where are we, how are we gonna leave if we don't know where we're going?
Continue to head east.
We could be at one of these 4 possible islands on the easternmost part of the waters.
Which ones? Can you show me on your map, Yaru?
Yes.
Do you pick island number 1
Paying attention.
or island number 2?
Well, I did. Palik did do some studying of the map of the Thousand Isles with Captain Mad Eyes. I don't know if that would give her any intel.
Is the map
Your intel is nowhere near as detailed as Yario's. Yario has the very maps.
I have Jagged's maps.
Yeah. Oh no, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm mixing up captains.
Yeah, there were some maps that we found that were.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah,
Like
that's
really-
the ones Yaru
yeah.
is looking at.
Make a survival roll, Palik. That's interesting.
Oh, 28.
28. You have no additional information.
Okay. Are any of the 4 islands do any of them happen to be crescent shaped?
No.
Okay.
You guys can also see that Xander has this weird rune he's trying to put on a spoon.
Just doesn't stick. It could be right. You know
What are you gonna do with the +2 spoons, Xander?
Oh no! This could be like the most powerful spoon in the entire world.
Still a
Xander
spoon.
expects a spoon.
Still a spoon. What are you gonna do with it?
I'm gonna call it the heart digger.
What is the critical weapon specialization effect of a spoon?
But why a spoon, cousin?
Oh yeah! Thank you, Chris.
What of the berries? Did anyone just figure out if those are magically delicious? That was not an intended pun. I'm sorry. Again. That wasn't intended.
It's even better.
One of them was silver, so I don't know.
Yeah, no one's tried. Anyone want to give it a whirl?
Yeah, I'll eat the berries.
No, Xander. Wait. Just nunu them first.
I'm new to the berries.
Berries.
You always
Nunu
wanna
the berries. Do the berries later.
Xander, you have identified the berries. Let me bring it up. You have identified the berries. These are resistance berries. They are 4 berries connected together. They cannot be separated without destroying them, so they are as a bunch. But what you can do is pluck a berry from the bunch. It is a consumable, and you can consume it 4 times because there are 4 berries. And each berry takes an action to consume. It gives you resistance 10 against either acid, cold, electricity, or fire. Each color corresponds to one of those for 1 hour. And once you consume that, you can just go into the description of the berry and erase that particular resistance. So you have essentially resistance 10 to 4 different elements, but you have to choose which one, and then you're good for an hour, and it's 4
Can you
uses
eat
total.
then another berry and gain a second resistance and so on?
To a different one, yes.
Yeah.
Or better yet, can you eat all 4 at once and gain?
Yes.
Oh.
And become Captain Planet.
Captain Planet.
With your berries combined.
Well, we got a lot of stuff. We should, especially if we're going to go explore tomorrow, we should split it up. Not to mention a whole shit ton of platinum.
Yes.
I am missing my shield. I noticed the floating one in the corner there.
Brandon,
Could I borrow that?
It's all
this one.
it's all yours.
It's beneath me for now, but
Oh my god. It's going to
his
last you
hands.
half an attack.
I'll block the dragon.
You can't even
Yes.
block an intimidating glare with that shield.
Here's your shield.
Here's your shield.
Just so you know, I have a bulletproof vest, the exact size of a bullet.
I've dropped the resistance berries into the group loop.
Sildren, if you want that armor, it's all yours.
If it
No,
helps
I am-
everyone's decisions.
If
I-
you
Cannot wear armor. Or many of these items.
You can wear it.
I can't wear armor.
You can. It just will
Can.
do bad
Oh.
things to you.
Yeah, it would not be good. He has like a lot of powers that say, if not wearing armor, you can blah, 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 blah.
Yeah. Let me see.
You know what? While we're talking about magic things, I like to talk about my hat. Have you guys noticed this hat? It's good. It's fine. But it's a wizard's hat, right? I mean, look at all it's stars and suns, and like, I've had it forever, which has been fine, but it always belonged to a wizard. I think I should get my own hat. I'm going to use my platinum to get a hat that's very, very Xander specific. It's going to be perfect for a gnome sorcerer. That's what I'm going to wear. I want it to be red, and I want it to be pointy. And that's all I got right now. It's going to be a red, pointy hat, but it's going to look great. And that's
Where
what
you
I'm going
gonna-
to wear.
Where are you gonna get it from?
The gnome hat sorcerer store. There's got to be one somewhere.
Is it gonna have like a little white ball at the end and like white fringe? And maybe
No,
you can
that's
grow
dumb.
a
Don't
beard?
be dumb.
A little
I just want it
bell.
to be red and
it's
pointed.
already got the belly for it.
Take that back. Your magical bread makes me fat.
Extra carbs for you.
By the way,
Slowly slipping you,
Yaru,
like protein in there.
Yaru, the armbands and bracers are not armor, so you can wear those.
There's also 50 platinum pieces for each of us.
Yeah. So how do we loot?
Oh.
Because I don't know how to do that.
You just
So go
pull
to
the
the-
platinum to your character, your inventory sheet, let go. It'll ask you how many do you want to take.
Which I already did, and there's still 300 in the
I
party
think I
sheet.
accidentally added
we can-
50
oh.
somehow.
It's handy for us.
If it's okay with everyone, I would take the berries. I could get use out of that. And I don't have a lot of clothes, so the cold is very effective.
What?
I might take the cold one just right now, I'm saying.
It's called shrinkage, my friend.
Shunta gets it.
I'm completely untrained in athletics, so I don't think the armband's going to do much for me.
That +2 could come in handy in that case. But
My shield has disappeared, by the way. I don't know where it went to.
your buckler?
Floating shield?
Yeah.
It'd be under armor, not equipment. So go to your items.
Oh, it
inventory.
didn't have a cool little image. Never mind. I got it. Thank you.
And it's 50 platinum.
Yeah.
Who wants? So who's taking the armors?
You sure you don't want the armor, Sildren?
I think you would find more use in your possession. You are much more often engaged in melee combat than I am. So
Okay.
if anyone's gonna get it, you should. Well, or somebody else. I don't care. I don't.
Does anybody else? Piercy?
Yes.
Do you like the leather armor?
I have the leather armor.
I do too, but there's some special leather armor.
The
Eelskin.
eelskin. I mean, I like it. It's it make me a little more trim.
I'll roll a dice.
Okay, some dicey knifey.
Highest dice gets it.
I'm adding my raid points.
Here we go.
I got one golden pleak.
You lose 2 treasure.
Not by much.
That's 10 gold for Xander, I
A
think.
natural 1 rolled and then a 3.
Wow,
man.
Palik wins with a 3.
Terrible.
And somehow gets the leather armor Piercy is wearing right now.
Huh? Hey.
Brenros.
Once the
If it was any consolation, if you rolled real high, I was going to cheat. So.
Spending hero points to get the.
Well, I got
Who
loaded
knows?
dice.
You could certainly use one of these potions. Either the flying or the swim potion, for certain.
Swim potion.
One of those flying
flying.
potions would be potentially handy for me as well.
I don't need it.
I'll take a swim potion. A swim potion would be fine. A greater swimming potion, no less. Jeez.
Are you guys okay if Sildren takes one of the flying potions?
Yeah.
I think it's just the one flying potion, but yeah, please
Yep.
take it.
Oh, okay. The flying potion then?
Take it.
Am I taking both swimming potions or just the one?
If you want to
Yes,
only
the one.
take one.
Taking
Don't
one.
be a reedy.
No, I was expecting one. I saw 2. I was just making sure.
Palik,
No.
you should also take the honey scent. You are quite deceptive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could use the poisons. Can I get the R-band of athleticism, or does someone else really need that?
Take it, Xander.
I would like it, but
But you
Take a
like other things.
roll!
Piercy can like bounce around anywhere. I think Xander might need that +2.
Yeah. I don't know.
Trying to find
Excuse
it.
me. I have
There's
to
a-
go
there's
bond
a-
with my shield.
Yeah, there's a rune floating around if anybody needs
Piercy, you should take that potion of growth. Makes you big.
Could that rune be effective on your
I'm going to
armor?
take that and go outside, like I said. I'm going to take the
I
potion.
think
of
it's
growth.
just a weapon rune.
Yeah, it's a
Chris.
weapon.
Yeah, it's a infused weapon rune. My hand wraps are +2.
Brenner, Christopher, is your sword a +2?
It is.
Do we have any I mean,
I
There might be, I
could.
think there's a
Pier-
+1
Piercy
somewhere.
could use a +2.
oh, yeah,
Yeah.
take it.
That's what I'm saying.
Shit,
I
man.
mean, it's not on the ship.
And I'll take the bracers.
I'd just like to point out that as soon as you drop stuff
Yeah.
into your inventory, it immediately affects your stats.
Yeah.
That is
Nice.
Awesome.
hardcore.
Yeah. So who's getting that weapon rune?
Piercy.
Piercy. So, Piercy, I will go to your sword. I will increase the potency to +2. And also of note, now it is or it should be soon. The name is not changing. There we go. +2 striking flaming sword. Now, because it is a +2, you can have 2 different property runes infused in it. You have one right now, which is the flame rune. Master Yaru is the only one who has 2 of them. If you guys don't know, Master Yaru has the most powerful weapon in the campaign, and
For
it's
sure.
it's freaking little wraps, which is so
Yeah,
deceiving.
It's not
But
nice
it's +2, and it's
My
a
baby.
friggin' flame rune in one and a frost rune in the other. So you guys, if you find other runes, you can have a number of runes equal to the pluses that you have. So Piercy, you can now have 2 runes.
Pretty sure Piercy
And-
still has the lightning rune.
And striking is considered one of those runes. Is that the case?
No,
No, that's different. Okay,
that's
never mind.
different.
So,
I'm not sure of that, Piercy. I
So,
thought we
uh,
dealt with
From-
that.
Chris,
from
if
the
you wanna
king, but
take
never
the-
did anything with it.
rabbit's foot, I'll take
That
that,
would
last.
definitely be helpful for Sildren.
And I'll take the potion of swimming and those bracers.
Is that cool with everybody?
Is that
Mhm.
good? Cool. Well, I'm
So,
a little
Piercy-
bit more armored up.
Piercy, what's going on?
Did I give it to Palik? Am I giving it to Palik?
Want to give Xander that
You
potion
did.
of growth?
You did. It's on my dagger.
Or
Sorry.
Was it
Blake?
Piercy or
or
who's
Piercy?
who gets the potion of growth? Palik or Piercy?
Roll a
A bunch of
dice.
midgets. So
Yeah, do it.
I'm sorry,
A
little
bunch of
people.
short people.
I don't think we got a full description on that growth potion, by the way.
No, I had to quickly toss it in there.
No worries.
Nobody else wants it?
Rolling.
Here,
What do we roll? Just natural 20? Or just A20? I should
it's a
say?
20. Yeah.
So
Bren Rose, how's the shield for you?
Damn.
It's very
Look at
light.
these rolls. There you go, Xander.
Xander won a 20, a single
Oh,
20.
I really won it. Fine.
There you go.
16.
Got it.
Nice. That bag of holding was getting heavy. Not really.
Runros is wandering around the tent chasing a shield that's trying to float away from him. Renrose has to, I believe he has to spend time to incorporate a spirit into his vessel to make it stronger. So
That will be a part of your daily
part of my daily.
preparations. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That token
Alright.
for Shanka is awesome. I just saw it.
Yeah, it's cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
And remind me about these bracers. It's a reaction. Correct? Or I activate them.
Yeah, no, it's a reaction.
Yeah.
Ooh.
+2.
Click on them.
Can that rune go into Shunka? By any
It can.
Into
one of her
awesome, but not-
into one of her jaws.
Oh,
Well, I was thinking like in the collar or something. Yeah,
Yeah.
make her a +2. Oh, that'd be
So
sweet.
Yara, the
I-
bracers
for
of
him.
missile deflection, it's
Yes.
has the reaction symbol on it. It's that curve thing. So you burn your reaction. The ranged weapon has to hit you, but it can't be a critical hit. That's
Gotcha.
the only.
I didn't put any gem slots in the collar, no.
Damn.
What else you guys want to do?
What time is it?
Any time you guys want, really.
If we can do a full night's rest, I guess after all that, we wanted to search the island.
I'd love to
Yeah,
go back and look at the statue some more. It might actually be guarding something. It says it is.
we should get a good rest and then investigate in the morning. And then
Oh, yo.
if we
Yeah.
find nothing of interest or importance, we get back on the dinghy and give our best guess on which island we're on and head towards the mainland.
Piercy. Xander,
Yeah.
hey, do you think there's enough of the trees to make a little raft to have behind the dinghy?
Like a thing that goes like a trailer, like a raft trailer.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
I mean, there's trees, but we'd probably need to tie them together with something, or I mean, I suppose I could try to magic them, but I don't think I'm very strong with it.
Like a rope. I have a rope.
Oh, sure, yeah, rope will work.
Okay. Xander, can you show me which trees I can cut down?
No, but Sildren can.
Oh, okay, sorry. Sildren, do you think
Hey,
there's
Sildren,
enough
you see that
trees?
bus? No, you don't, because it's on top of you.
Piercy wants to cut down some trees and make a raft.
Okay.
A raft, a yurt-sized raft.
Oh my
yurt-sized raft
Oh no.
for the open ocean. Got it.
Fire.
Yeah.
Nice having you that
What is irresponsible character?
There'll
wanna
be like some
strap a small
gentle-
child to you while you
There'll be
use it?
gentlemanly dressed in their tuxedos sitting down as the yurt goes down proudly.
Yeah.
It was a pleasure serving with you.
The band's still playing as the yurt goes down. Yeah, you start to get to work on that. It will take, you think, a couple days, like a day or two, to complete such a thing and involve a survival roll when you're all said and done. Sound good?
Sounds good.
All right, Piercy gets to work that evening, or that rest of the day. Evening comes. The 8 of you, Cabal and Fiel, enjoy another bit of food. The food is provided by the yurt. You open up the pot and there's some basic food in there. It doesn't taste great, but it's better than Sildren's bread. What is the food that's in there, Piercy, that appears?
For tonight's offering, we have a nice soup of fish heads and
Oh,
consomme with some oysters, and I found a little crabby over here, and he said I put it in the pot too, and
Come to the sea. Ah!
Sildren has offered to provide some bread for our meal as well.
Oh, I love les poissons.
Bon appetit.
You guys eat, you rest that night, you invest your magical items to you. Keep in mind, it doesn't show us on your character sheets, I believe, but you can only have 10 items with the invest trait. Just keep that in mind.
Is there a quick way to view what is an invested trait? Or?
Quick, no. There, yes. If you look at a specific item, so let me go to Sir Brenros, for example. Sir Brenros, go to your inventory. If I open up your long sword,
0 of 10 invested items. That's awesome.
if I go to the description, no, if I click the edit of the long sword, how it is not invested? That makes absolutely no sense. All right, if I go down to the boots of elven kind that you have, I go to details. So if I edit the boots of elven kind, can you edit?
I can, yes.
And go to details. You should see traits, invested magical transmutation.
Oh Jesus! All right, that's got to be out someplace easy to see at some point.
I totally agree.
All right.
But I think you're set. You only have a few. All right. It is the next day. You guys are all woken up by incessant hammering and tree falling sounds early in the morning, with that same tune being sung.
Python, like when they're building the Trojan rabbit.
And Piercy gets to work on that. Some of you are going to go explore, I believe.
Yeah.
We're all going to go explore. Piercy's going to need to take a break, and we go together.
What about Cabon and Fiel?
They can stay with the yurt.
All right, they're guarding
Protect the
yurt.
dinghy.
Okay,
It
you
has
guys.
been an evening, though.
Yes.
How is our wounded affected? Daily
very
prep.
concerned about that.
I'm very concerned. I just want
Everyone-
to make sure.
You're very concerned that he's very
Everyone
concerned
loses
about
one
that.
wounded level, and by everyone I mean Sir Brenros.
Thank you.
I don't want to explore. I want to work on the raft.
Come on, let's go. We may need you. And your amazing skills.
Thank you.
Brenros
Guys,
earlier in the
yes.
Or sorry to keep interrupting. Brenros earlier in the day calls upon his spirit to invest his shield, thus modifying the stats. I'll do that now while we chat.
Perfect. I think it's roughly a 50% bonus to health and all sorts of things, which sounds big, but on such a small bite of a shield, it's barely a drop in the bucket. Hey, but every bit helps, right? All right. You guys then march out through the snow, which is relentlessly just falling, and it's deadening the sound as it does. You get just a little bit far away from the yurt and you lose sight of it. You know some of the land though and the trees and how to find your way back to it, but it's just it's a little disorienting. You hike back, several of you showing the rest of the group this statue. As you approach the statue, you guys can see this half-buried, 100-foot tall, smoothed out statue of a man. And again, buried not just in the snow, but buried in the ground. It's been there for a very long time. And as you do so, Master Yaru, there is a and a spear embeds into the snow right before your feet. It is a spear that has several furs strapped around it, and the spear is just vibrating in the ground next to you.
Wait! Everyone stop! We are not alone.
Yaru, you look around and you can see there is a heavy figure wrapped in furs some distance away, just in the viewable distance through the snow.
Yaru will look at the figure, and it's snowing pretty heavily. What's the visibility like?
Pretty poor.
Okay. Yar's gonna flash his golden bindi a couple times and try to flag down the person, signal we're not, we mean no harm.
You're using your bindi for semaphore?
Uh-huh. Yep. I'm just waving my hand over my forehead.
Another spear is thrown and lands close to the previous one, not striking you, and you hear this figure yell out in a husky voice several phrases in the Nordric language.
Can anybody understand him
hold on, I'm
before
not
I
trying to
guess what he's
listen.
saying?
I think Sildren
Piercy knows it.
can.
Piercy
Oh,
knows
Piercy
it.
knows it? Then
Piercy,
I think Sildren does as well.
What is he saying?
Piercy, you can hear him say, I am prepared to fight for my island. I have more spears than you have beating hearts in that tent.
He's saying, welcome to the island. He wants to meet us. And he said he has more spears than us we have.
When did you learn to speak Nordric?
So I think he might want to kill us as well.
Does anyone else speak Nordric? That might be an important question.
Sildren does, because
All right.
he had learned that as we were traveling towards.
does
It's what's spoken in Iveron,
And
right?
as Sildren starts to explain, Yar just goes, I know what Piercy was saying. I get it. We're in a lot of deep shit. I get it.
Sildren speaks up. We mean you no harm. We have landed on this island as, dare I say, refugees traveling through. We are soon to be on our way and will cause no harm to you or your island.
I have walked this rock in the sea for years and do not plan to give it up to anyone or anything. Make a diplomacy roll, Sildren.
Sure, because that's so my...
Make diplomacy roll minus 1.
You just hate my diplomacy.
You offer it so freely.
28.
28. You see no third spear thrown, but he has one in his hand.
We...
Aru will take a step forward.
All right.
We come in peace, and we are willing to share bread and food with you. If you will sit with us and teach us about your island before we go.
Don't eat the bread.
Surely it's been a long time since you've spoken with people or anything of the outside world. We have news we can share with you.
The figure stomps through the snow with ease, spear brandished, coming closer and closer, heavily wrapped in furs with some strange contraption over his eyes. And as he walks close and gets within normal talking distance, he says, particularly to you, Sildren, you bring up a good point. It's been a while.
Come, join us. We will sit and eat and drink and speak.
He eyes the group carefully and let's see, looks at the knight, looks at the halfling, looks at
shies away with the shield a bit.
hides behind the little shield, looks at Piercy, looks at Xander, looks at Yaru. Yeah, he buys the group. Yeah, he'll go for it. And leads the way towards your yurt. How's that for odd?
All right.
What? Why is he leading? Hey,
I'm
Piercy,
guessing he
what?
has a pretty big gate.
What? How? I thought nobody could see the yurt. How come he knows where it's at?
It's not illuminated from it's visible, but if you have a fire, you can't
that's
see
right.
the fire from the
Yes,
outside.
you're right. Sorry.
Don't
Also
ask
not
questions I
covered in
cannot
snow.
answer.
How big is this person?
He's a large human by your best guess, bulky, strong for sure.
Okay.
He has strange goggles over his eyes that are keeping out the snow.
Well, let's take him to the yurt and have a sit down.
Okay. You guys head towards the yurt where he enters, shakes off the snow, seems to be staying some distance away from Shunka, and because he's probably run into Shunka before, comes in and says, wow, it is bigger on the inside, as he looks around.
Everyone says that when they first come in.
He sees the fire. He nods at the Minotaur, says, Fiel, and sits down at the fire.
Where do you two know each other from?
So I've known Fiel on the sea for some time, years. She's sailed up and down these waters. Isn't that right, Fiel?
Yeah, yes, it's been a very long time, but my, how you've grown.
He takes his goggles off, his eyes look red, and he says, there was some mention of food.
Help yourself. More of the pot. We have your favorite fish heads, if I remember correctly.
He starts digging in and says, this is good, and starts diving in ravenously. I'm sorry if I eat more than I should. And he
Remember to chew. Remember to chew.
And let's see, Palik and Xander, make perception rolls, please.
Totally paying attention. Yeah, Xander gets a 20.
28.
28 is good enough. Palik, you see there is some writing that is scratched off on his goggles.
Does Palik, probably with her 3 languages of common, gnomish, and halfling, doesn't understand it?
No. You're sure it wasn't common? You just can't get a good look at it from here.
Oh, okay.
He's partially sitting on them.
Are they all? Is he still speaking Nordric? So I have no idea what the hell's being said.
Absolutely.
Sildren's functioning.
So Seth, leave the chat and then.
Yeah.
Sildren's functioning as a translator for everybody except Xander.
All right.
Pierce,
I mean, like, he'll translate to Xander, but he's nothing that Xander is saying is like coming through on the other side.
What's his name? I'm Palik.
She's Palik. She wants to know your name.
I am Langward of the Three Elms. It is good to meet you.
He's Langward of the Tree Elms. And he says it's good to meet you.
Sticks his tongue out at Sildren.
I can know what to say.
What are his What are those? What are his eyepiece? What's his eyepiece? What is he wearing on his eyes?
Palik wants, she wants to know how come you have 2 eyes.
It's called depth perception. It helps me hunt.
Languid.
Track motion.
Languid.
I'm so sorry.
The rat, he's never even seen snow. Just ignore him. The young one wants to know what the writing is on your goggles.
He says, it's from where I got it from. 2 years ago.
Don't be rude now. Show her them.
He just hangs the goggles in front of you. Won't let go of them. You cock your head, Palik, and see the writing reads, property of Tumblepot, and it's been scraped out.
Oh, you know Tumblepot?
Yes. Bought this from Tumblepot. 7 silver.
7 silver? That seems like a bargain. What do they do?
They keep my eyes warm and keep my eyes clear when I'm in the water.
Oh, that's great.
Oh, that Phineas, such a handsome young boy.
Why'd you try to scratch his name off?
And they're not Tumblepots anymore, they're mine.
Oh.
But they've been pretty good with the snow witches. which is just crazy. The gods have just plagued me with the snow. I can count the number of times I've seen snow on my island and on one hand, and never snow as much as this.
When did the snow start to snowing?
It's been light snow for about 2-3 weeks now, but pretty heavy. The last 7-8 days. It's been nasty.
Tell us about the statue that we saw, that we met you near, and where do you reside on this island?
Make a diplomacy roll again, Sildren. He eyes you closely. He eyes you very closely.
Squinty.
Yeah, 23.
23. That's the old man. He watches over the old fortress, or used to. And you don't need to know where I sleep.
That's fair. Tell me about this fortress.
He grabs, he's got a spear in his hand, and he starts digging out something in the fire, moving a little log over here or there, and with the butt of his spear says, that's Downman Isle, where we are, right there. And then he points to another log to the north by northwest. And that's the fortress, and brings another log right next to it. Very
Cedric
close.
takes note of the location. And have you explored the fortress?
I've been there many times, but it's gotten very dangerous. Very dangerous.
What is dangerous about the fortress?
The blue man says that something nasty has come. He has said that I should be careful, and I don't visit as often there now. And when I have, I've heard screeching, terrible screeching. I once heard, not long after the snow, a terrible cracking sound of wood and timber out in the water. And I swear by the gods I heard screams. Yaru, by the way, you have one of many maps out you have collected, and you have zeroed in on exactly where you're at based on the triple island combination he just showed you.
And the blue man, is he
A group?
at the fortress?
Yes, he is an old spirit there.
And he is friendly.
He's been friendly to me. He's been lonely, so he says. And what about you? Where did you come from?
We came from the mainland, from Mirskan, where the king has returned.
In that, pointing out the yurt.
Yes, in a way. We traveled by ship upon the Taint. We killed Captain Jagged and sunk his vessel.
You've been drinking. Captain Jagged ain't been no slain.
I think Falil will speak for us.
You must listen to these boys now. They are honorable men. Not the funniest, but honorable for sure. And yet, I know the rat smells a little bit, but you get used to it.
Is what he says
tried
the
to murder
truth?
you at one point in time, but you know.
Hey.
You've known me for a very long time. Have I lied to you?
Oh,
Would I ever lie to you?
how
How
have they
did you?
killed Captain Jagged?
With our weapons and our magic.
We weakened him through various means that we had learned of in our adventures, in our travels. And once he was weakened, we destroyed him with our blade and magic and fortitude
Swashbuckling.
and some swashbuckling.
All
He
that
leans
matters
over-
now is the nightmare is over.
He leans over to the Yosoki and says, "By the way, that raft ain't gonna last long out on the ocean."
Sildren,
Well, it's not finished.
Sildren, ask him how he got here.
And how did you come to be on this island?
I came here looking for a place of my own. I've been here for a long time. I do my fishing. I do my living. I survive out on my own. I don't need much of civilization. Occasionally, I get some people sail by, or I go to the small port south of here. That's where I'd recommend you go. There's a small island a couple days away. That small dinghy just might get you there. They've got a couple larger boats that can take you wherever you want for a price.
That is great. That is incredibly helpful. As it were, we will definitely take that advice. I would like to explore this fortress first, perhaps. If my companions are so interested as well.
Why don't you take them, landward? It'll be fun.
I'm not going anywhere near there. The last time was dangerous, and the Blue Man said that it's just getting more and more crowded there. If you're going, I'd tell you to head towards the light, and next to the railing you can find a hidden ladder. And up that ladder, there's a way in that takes you right to my ghostly friend.
We should visit him as well.
But I'd tell you, stay quiet and stay out of the sight of the sky as much as you can. Or is it the water? I'm not sure.
Maybe it's both. Knowing our luck, it is both.
He then asks you guys to regale him with the tale of Captain Jagged, which you're more than happy to describe in detail about all your escapades and what happened and the crazy battle, which he's very excited about.
Maybe a sea shanty or two.
Sure. He also tells you that there's he believes that the giant statue which fell over long ago once was looking out over at the fortress. The statue was felled and looks at the fortress islands. It's a good hour by rowing, by my best guess. You've got a fortress on 2 islands spanned by stone. Nothing like that you've ever seen before. And you can see it from here easily, but not with this snow.
Sildren will kind of, continue with open-ended, probing questions to figure out if there's anything else to glean from him as far as interesting on the island.
What kind of fur is he wearing right now? Is it wolf?
It is. There's a little bit of wolf on there. Sorry. The night or the day goes on, and he is very excited to hear all your stuff, and your food, which is quite bland to you guys, is a delight to him. And let's take our break there, and we will be back in a couple minutes. See you then.
Excuse me, children, are you sure we're following the right path?
Something troubling you, Master Yaru?
Well, it's just that this map Piercy gave me is very confusing.
What does it read?
It says go to twitch.tv/Inglorious Bards and subscribe to stay up to date on new live streams every Tuesday at 7 p.m. PST. I don't know what that means.
What's so confusing about that?
Langward leans over to Fiel and says, if these warriors are heading north, you best not go with them. You are the crustiest, ornerest sailor I know, but death is north of here. Don't go. Stay here. I've take your boat south, or if with your help, 2-3 weeks I can get my old little craft ready to go. But don't go north, Viel.
Boys,
Viel looks out to the rest of the heroes.
Did you just call me a boy?
and my fair Palik, the truest of all the heroes.
She really rubs that salt in the wound just now.
I owe all of you more than just my life. You may think you are just a group of young friends and adventurers sailing after a fierce battle. But I wrote down every word you said on that dinghy. And your song will live on. Your names, every single word, Piercy.
And I'm gonna publish.
Your names will live on in the caverns of these isles. And as long as the wind is carried in my breath, you are legends to me. But I can't go any further. I will take your advice, Landward, and I will go with you in a couple weeks. And if you are, I will send a ship here for you all if you are still here. But I hope you find your way back home.
And she kind of huddles together with Landward and Cabal.
Cabal says, I'll keep an eye on her.
I made a promise to you a while ago, Cabon, and I intend to keep it. I can't speak for the rest of the group here, but I will help you overthrow your brother.
She nods and says, I think the first step is, can we have this yurt? It's quite cozy, and it's quite cold, and you're heading north.
Well,
Would you like to roll for it?
It's a gift. It was given to me. Piercy looks at the rest of the.
Piercy, let them borrow it.
No! Joel, let them borrow it. What are we gonna do? He's got a place. He's been there for years.
Where do you live, man?
I told you I'm not telling you where I live. He's got 2 magic yurts.
Oh, we're missing his number 3 over here. That's where the hot tub goes.
I'm building a studio.
I tell you what.
Renrose is leaning in charitable stare on Piercy.
You can use.
Celine watches us all.
The party is split on this.
You can use the yurt. It's okay. And when we get back, we'll take it back from there. Okay.
Very, very good, very good. And she pats you painfully on the shoulder with vigor.
Okay. You'll take good care of it. Yes.
Yes, she pats you again and lingers a bit with the pat, Piercy.
It seems to be more of a pushing now.
More of a pulling.
To the right. The knot is over here.
Lingward says, it's about time for me to get going since I've passed on some information. And then let me point you. And he pulls Yaru out into the snow and shows where your trees are, where the shore is, where your dinghy is, and points very clearly. That way is where you want to head for the fortress, but that is the way I recommend. And he points south by southwest. You're looking 1 hour to the north, 2 days south.
And that will bring us where?
To a small island, small port. There's 2 boats that are almost always there. Far bigger than your dinghy, and they can safely get you to where you want to go. You don't want to be on the open ocean if the weather kicks in more than just snow.
Wait a minute. We walk 1 hour to the north, or we go 2.5 days to the south?
You walk 1 hour to the north, you're going to be a frozen ice cube on the bottom of the sea, you idiot. You've got a dinghy here. It looks fairly indestructible. Take it north an hour.
And then south?
2 days in the dinghy. All right. He walks over to Yaru. Yaru and Sildren and Palik, you 3 in particular, and says, since I've helped you out a bit with some knowledge, I ask for a favor in return.
What's the
This
favor?
yurt. No, he says, if you ever make your way to the town of Virik, tell Magdora that I'm alive and well, would you?
We will certainly do that.
He holds out his hand and does the Roman hand clasp with the 3 of you and nods to the rest of you and says, I'll check back on you ladies tomorrow then, to Fiel and Cabal.
Name of that island and or the town and the name once more, please.
Virik, Magdora. You choose which is which.
Yaru would like to have gotten maybe a feather or some kind of token to kind of prove his namesake.
Sure, yeah. We can do that.
Cool.
By the way, what is the name of this island?
He says, well, this is my island. I call it Down Manile.
Yaru will write that down.
Yeah.
He'll have Piercy turn around so he can write it on his back real quick. Down Manile.
But who does, what
My
does
notes-
everyone else call it?
My notes just say Sunka's Island.
Ooh.
He says, it's got no name. It's a rock, middle of the sea. And he takes off. And you guys are doing what?
Go north.
Yeah, it's only an hour.
Yeah, he said to go north to the fortress if we're to check it out.
On the map, where are the 3 islands we're talking about? Where are they situated?
They're situated on the northernmost part of the Thousand Isles.
And is the northernmost island the one with the fortress on it?
Yes.
Okay.
Okay, so, we go off to the dinghy now.
I thought we were walking.
It's you get in the dinghy and go an hour north? Or it's on our same
Yes, we
island?
get the dinghy to go to the other island across the water an hour north to the fortress island. Does nobody speak Nordric?
I speak an Ordric.
You're terrible at this. He was using 3 different dialects, making up words.
No,
Brenros is already pushing out the dinghy, hopping in and going.
interpreting the meaning. It's not a literal translation.
No, it's exactly literal. It's Nordric. Everything Nordric is directly literal. It also doesn't have possessives, so I don't know where you got that one.
Brenros is waving goodbye as he rows away.
Sildren, didn't your elven friend once upon a time tell you about the northernmost island? And there was some magical wizard shit going on?
Good
Never
question.
mind. Not important.
Yeah, Yaru's chilling in the boat with Brenrose.
All right. And you're leaving the raft and the yurt behind, is that correct?
Yeah,
For
we
now.
don't need the
Yeah.
Okay.
raft.
Yeah, the raft.
All right.
Yes.
You guys are aboard the boat and making your way northbound. You row your boat gently through the sea. That's all I got. And you're making your way through, and Yaru, I assume, is on the oars as usual.
Yeah, you got it.
As you make your way, it is quiet, and you just start rowing and rowing. And as you look behind, you see the outline of the yurt and the outline of the trees just slowly fade away into the heavy snow. You shake off the snow from your bodies every now and again as you quietly make your way across. The water is eerily calm as you continue to row. You continue to make your way north, and there is a thudding noise and sensation off your bow.
Sildren has cast Vital Beacon while we've been going on our way.
All right.
Yeah, thudding.
Xander accidentally falls into you and expends one charge. Just kidding. You see that there is an ice floe that you have hit, and there are a few more ahead as you row further and further north.
This is going to make it difficult. It'd be better to walk across these.
Are you crazy?
I'm not much for sailing. Hey.
Yarrow, you think it might be getting a little colder too.
Okay.
It's definitely getting colder, and I don't think it's just my fur telling me that.
Is it getting harder is the ice getting thicker as we approach, or is it just kind of,
It's getting thicker, but not by much. You still row for quite a while, and then there's just another little thud, and then you can row for a while, and then another thud.
How long have we been traveling for?
About 30, 40 minutes.
We
Bleak will
persist
go to
or
the
turn around.
front of the boat and try to like push us off as we're like going into these like ice chunks. She'll try to like maneuver us a little bit around them.
All right. Palik, as you do so, you can see off in the distance through the snow a faint bluish emanation of light. So it's white grayish snow, but this tinge of blue snowish color. There is a light off in the distance that is barely shining through.
Wait, he told us to follow the light. Let's
Yaru
keep
will
going.
head course that way?
That way.
He also told us to be careful and quiet.
Follow the rail, too.
Yes, a head-on approach may not be the best.
But he told us to go towards the light.
Very
He
well.
said we look for the railing near the light.
Yaru will proceed.
You continue. Not long after that, you hear a screeching sound high up in the sky to your right, and you hear almost immediately another screeching sound even further away ahead and to the left.
I think that's what we don't want to be seen by.
Does it sound a humanoid scream?
Not a scream, a screech. Definitely not humanoidish.
Okay.
He said not to be seen by the things in the sky.
Stay quiet and stay still. Row
Does this
quietly,
sound-
Master Yaru.
Does
Yeah,
this
so
sound
I'm
a lot like
gonna.
the screeching? Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Jeremy.
Have we heard this before? We encountered some screeching before on the spires. Is this anything like what we heard there?
Make a nature roll, please.
Those were seagulls,
I'm so
Anna.
good at nature rolls. Nature. I'm like a druid.
Yeah,
It's a
speaking of
2,
which,
so
can,
it's a 17.
can Sildren help fill in the blanks here?
Sure, go ahead, Sildren. Show them how it's done.
Geez, I have to find nature first. There we go.
Well, there you go.
That'd be a 44, as it were, with a natural 20.
It's filled. They fall out of the sky.
Your fucking modifier is 24.
Yeah.
Wow.
Sildren, you remember the sound that Xander's talking about, and Yaru is correct. That is just seagulls that were at the spire. These sounds you're hearing are not seagulls for sure, and you have not heard them before, but you would identify them to be predatory with a little bit of intelligence behind it. The tone appears some sort of bit of communication than just a raw screech.
Sure.
Yeah. You continue to row.
Yeah, I'm gonna row a little slower than, if that matters in our for our purposes here, just to make sure we're being quiet and not even creating too much of a wake or anything by the oars.
You go very quiet, and Palik is quietly pointing left or quietly pointing right so you don't thud into any more ice.
Constantly shoving bread into Xander's mouth, by the way.
The light is getting ever closer as you make your way there. And because you're going so quiet, you hear the heavy flapping sound of a sail overhead briefly. Sildren, you identify it as a single flap of enormous wings.
Mm-hmm.
You see ahead of you, maybe 150 feet or so, the snow stops falling in a brief shape of a line crossing ahead before the snow resumes its heavy fall.
Is it dragon shape, maybe?
It's just a crude concept of snow not falling.
Brenrose turns to Selder and says, "Just tell me when I should panic."
About 5 minutes ago, and
You continue
to
rowing.
be
Put your
cliche,
shield
but
up.
we're going to need a bigger dinghy.
The dinghy is indestructible.
Yeah, we figured that out.
You continue rowing, and
I'm still going until told otherwise.
Yeah. Oh.
as you row, you come to an unusual visual sight. If it's not been unusual already, you come to a spot where, how do I describe this? I'll describe it fully outside of the snow. You have not seen this. What you have is imagine Alcatraz, but 4 times taller and at least twice, maybe 3 times as big. On top of that is a fortress made of stone of multiple levels, tiers, with huge battlements, and half a mile away is a smaller island, also tall but not as wide, and it has more fortress on top of it, also imposing, multiple floors, old design. Spanning that half mile is the largest stone bridge in all of Varennes, connecting the 2 fortresses. The bridge is of such thick construction with huge battlements and structures built across it. It is almost like it is one gigantic fortress that just spans 2 islands. And what you guys have done, particularly Yaru, you have now rowed halfway under this span of stone where no snow can fall.
Okay.
Sir Brenrose, in your learnings of the kingdom and such, as you learned of any such castle and fortress as this? This has to have been a huge endeavor for its time.
I'm going to make a roll for you, sir.
A huge endeavor. But I can honestly tell you, in all my years, I have never seen anything like this.
That head shake was awesome, Tom.
Shall we quietly move forth and
Yeah.
try to gain entrance? Is there so the directions that Langward gave us was to basically head towards the light? Do we see any light?
Yeah, he
What
said
you
there's
can
a
see
hidden
is as
ladder.
follows. There
by a
is
rail.
a huge, slightly arced span, again, half a mile long and really wide. You are reaching the smaller island fortress that the span connects to. Directly underneath where it connects, at the base of that small island, is a narrow stone dock that you can see. You're still some distance away, but no snow is blocking your vision now as you're approaching. You can see on there is some sort of magical device that is emanating a blue light. I say dock, but there's absolutely no ships there whatsoever. But what you do see from quite some distance away still, 200-300 yards away, you do see two small humanoid dragons standing near that device, doing something with it or guarding it. You're not sure which. They are slightly armored. They have some sort of weapons in hand. They are white dragonkin with wings that are folded in, that are white. And that is your current situation. The dock extends left and right beyond the reach of the span, where snow then covers those ends of the dock. From here, you see no railing.
Have these creatures obviously spotted us? Are they like looking right at us with those weapons, or are they just kind of milling about? Or
They are milling about.
this is probably our last opportunity to turn back if we were so inclined.
Is there any such lores to be gleaned? Had anything like this ever been told in books that Berneros might have read, or anything in
Negative.
the halls of Carahel? Nothing? I know nothing of these creatures.
They're so impressive.
Do you speak Draconic, perchance? Or any of you?
I speak a lot of things. I've picked up a lot of books and learned some stuff, but I don't think I've even heard of someone else speaking Draconic. Heck, I haven't even heard of dragons near Varen for a really, really long time.
Xander, make an Arcana roll for me, please.
You gotcha.
Perhaps this is one place we should not be. Despite the guidance of Mancilia pointing us in some direction.
I rolled a natural 1 for 20 total. But
Yes?
But I have 2 hero points. That this seems like a good reason to spend them.
Just use one of them.
Okay. I used one of my hero points. Bleak, can you help me remember with my 3 that I just rolled? For a total of 22.
With a total of 22, you recall, Xander, some mention of a fortress to the north that was repurposed for magic.
If this is anything like what I've heard of, there's supposed to be some fortress to the north that was repurposed for magic, that was turned into a magical place. My guess, and it's just a guess, but this could be that place. Which would be really cool, because I might be able to finally discover where I came from and how I got my magic.
Well, this was your idea. This was your thing.
Yes,
I feel like it should be up to you what we do here.
You came in very confident earlier about this fortress. You were bouncing up and down.
I gotta tell you,
More than normal.
I'm thinking with the way that things are, the fact that we found Mancilla and this is his place, right? Through knowledge, all things can be unlocked through power. We could get so much here. maybe a little wild, maybe a little chaotic, but there would be so much to know. I think we should go for it. Please say yes, please say yes, please say yes, please say yes. Please say yes, please say yes.
I'll side with you on this.
We are.
But if we all die, it's your fault.
You said that before, didn't I?
Probably more than once.
Yaru will. So, if I'm picturing this right, we're at the dock, and they're just kind of further.
You
down.
are in no way near the dock. You're 200 to 300 yards away. Imagine a 50-foot wide bridge that goes half a mile. You're 300 yards away from the end of it. Now there's no snow. You're just coming out of the edge of the snow, and 300 yards ahead is a thin little dock of stone that disappears into the snow on either end, or you can continue straight on in clearness, and where you can see two of these dragon foes.
But we're staring kind of right at them.
They are off in the distance, 200 or 300 yards away. Yes.
Do we greet them?
Do we greet them head on, or do we approach in stealth?
Come this far, I don't see any reason. There are lots of reasons.
I mean,
What?
Langward said that he was friendly with the wizard.
Well, with the spirit, he seemed to indicate that it was some form of spirit, is the impression that I took from it.
Right.
He also said it was dangerous, and just that they seemed to refer to they or them as something potentially dangerous. If we do greet them, we should be as close to this dock as we can be, because we are vulnerable on this dinghy if it is for combat.
I agree with the children. This is very hazardous.
What?
It's very hazardous.
It's perilous.
And then the perilous.
Also hazardous, yes.
I think we should not dock right up to them. I think we should go find a place, kind of get ourselves in close to the island. We're pretty sneaky. We can continue to be that way, and then try to find the entrance close to the blue light. At least we're finding where the railing and the hidden ladder is.
Looking around, is there any other place where we can put ashore?
You can just see this strip of clear sky where the snow is blocked by the bridge. It's almost like curtains of snow onto the right and left that you've just parted through. Yeah. The only saving grace to this terrible vision with visibility with the snow is that if you are back in the heavy snow, you can still see exactly where that light is. You've seen that from half a mile away, and you can relatively know where it's at all times.
And the light is where the dragonkin are, yeah?
Yes.
I don't see no railing.
Perhaps I will.
Well, we can go to one side.
Yes.
And Yar's gonna kind of begin to.
You said stay out of the side of the sky, which I don't know what that means, but
probably these creatures that.
I'm gonna go back up a little bit into the snowbank, and then kind of go on the edge of the snowbank towards the dock. So we can still keeping an eye on the blue light.
Sure. You angle the boat back out. It is comforting to be hidden by the snow. It's also disconcerting that you can't see them.
Yeah.
But you are now they can't see you, hopefully. And you are rowing quietly. You see Palik making a hand motion and getting very drastic with his hand motion to not make any sound of the oncoming thump, and you're able to guide the boat around another ice floe. You continue to go, and the blue light gets closer and closer, but it's off to the side as you're in the heavy snow falling down. You row and you get close, and Palik makes some sort of, I don't know what, aviation X kind of motion to bring the boat to a stop. As Palik, you can see there is a stone dock that Yaru has approached and is coming right up to a rusty, almost fallen into the sea metal railing.
There's a railing. That's what they were. That's what that guy was talking about.
Okay, so let's go.
We should. Yeah, as soon as we can find room enough to walk aside the railing, Yaru will tie off the dinghy.
All right, you tie off the dinghy. You are now on an 8-foot wide stone platform dock that extends 80 feet one direction, that essentially 20 feet from now is in perfect clear space. Yeah. And about 40 feet beyond that, there are 2 of these dragonkins. They're about 60 feet away as you are all quietly hiding in the snow at the end of this dock. And everyone is safely on the dock. And you also, particularly Brenros, although you've got your good breathing capability, you know going into this icy water would also be really, really bad. It is super, super cold water. And the bow is securely tied down.
Shall we attempt to greet them? And if so, perhaps Sir Brenros, if they speak the common tongue, you would be best suited to deal with
the
them.
railing goes away from them as well, right?
The railing is about a 12-foot section. So imagine it's this thin, 8-foot wide stone platform. You're on one end of it, and so you've essentially just got a small L piece of railing that used to extend across the whole thing. It's all gone. You just have this little bit right here.
Okay.
I think we should surprise him. Be sneaky.
The tall one said there was. The tall one, yes, Brenros. The tall one said there was a ladder somewhere.
That's what was mentioned.
Where the light is.
He said there is a ladder by the railing, but to look for the light.
So we do that.
You look around.
Yeah, I was gonna climb 10 feet and look up high and kind of anywhere I can.
Yaru, you start climbing around. It's fairly easy for you. You have a climb speed of what?
It is 10 feet.
10. So he's not a fast climber, but he doesn't ever fail unless it's extreme circumstances. And this is rugged enough for you to easily climb and move around. And you find a strange purchase of a slit in the brick wall. Large, it's not even brick, sorry, stone wall, large stone wall. You find a slit, and there are multiple of them. And you see there's been a ladder, an inverted ladder cut into the stone that goes up and up and up and up from the base of the dock up into the snow above.
Instead of yelling at anyone, he's just going to kind of smack his tail against Piercy's face. Hey, right here. The ladder is here.
Okay.
Everyone.
Thank you. Hey guys, is it this way?
And I'm just going to lead on and climb up.
So I'm not talking to anyone.
Brenros.
Climbing a ladder now.
Seems like we are going to. We have found a path that we may be able to avoid these creatures altogether.
I just want to make sure.
Sneaky.
I will be quiet now.
Everyone, I'm being quiet.
Sure you will.
He just told me there's a ladder.
So I have a skill feat called Quiet Allies.
Yes.
Which means I'm skilled at moving with the group, which means the lowest modifier. Instead of rolling separately, we can all roll the lowest modifier of stealth that we have as a group,
probably be
and
Brenner's.
use the highest roll.
So gather
That's crazy cool.
Yeah.
So you just kind of
So-
lead us along.
Who's our
mine's
lowest stealther?
But I needed
Mine's
to do this.
mine's a plus 17.
No, I haven't called for a roll yet, but we do have that in mind.
Okay.
And you guys are making your way up. Who is first? I believe that was Yaru.
Master
Yep.
Yaru.
And then Brenros, I assume, always bringing up the rear.
Always.
Okay, you guys climb up, and it is weird because it is quiet. Snow lightly falling on you as you're climbing up the side of a tall, rocky island up towards a fortress that you can't even see. There's so much snow falling around you. You can hear some screeching sound, multiples far behind you, about half a mile or so. And you hear that screeching sound again. And you climb. Yaru, as you climb, the ladder comes to an end, which is some small alcove. This wall you're climbing up is made of large stones, perhaps 4 feet tall by 6 feet wide, and you have reached a spot where one of those stones has sunken in about 5 feet, and you're able to climb in, and you are out of the snow as the next hero comes up, and the next hero getting more and more cramped in this small cramped little spot. The ladder has come to an end. It is about 50 feet up that you have climbed.
As I get here, I'm looking for any additional either mechanical devices or further slits in the wall, in the alcove, creases.
You
really
find such a thing on the far wall that this stone little compartment that you've walked into is. The opposite wall that stone you've come against has another slit in its base that you can grab onto, and the whole stone doesn't weigh anywhere near as much as it would seem, and it can be pulled inwards and pushed inwards or pulled outwards. It slides and makes a grinding noise as it does so.
I will attempt to, as soon as everybody's in and can follow me in. It's just like a 10-foot space we're in, kind of.
Even cramped in that, yeah. Okay. Brenros is waiting on the ladder.
Yeah. So before anyone,
actually,
to get in.
Awkward question. I guess Shunka came up on my back, I suppose.
I don't know. That's a tough one.
That or Malinois can climb frickin' ladders, so.
I don't think Shunka can make it up there. How do you want to handle that? You have another way?
Tying him on, like.
Got the bag of holding.
No.
You could tie him to Brenros's back.
What? I have enough to worry about?
No,
I could totally do it. I'm almost designed for it. Actually,
tie him to my back. He'd be fine.
No.
I really don't think Shunka would suffer the indignity of being tied to your back.
What if we tie him into a harness and we can pull him up when we get up there?
Yeah, that would be viable.
Okay, I need Sildren to... I will be making a stealth roll for Sildren for overall harness and coordination with his new friend, Shunka. Where are you at? Stealth. Oh, you got it pretty good. You got a plus 17. That is respectable. And there is some oofings, a little bit of growling every now and again, and
why don't you have wings?
And you pull and pull. You need more room. Yaru, what are you doing to help him out?
I'm gonna climb down and just kind of do this. I'm free soloing on the wall as I'm pushing this guy. I'm holding out with my kung fu grip.
You have the combat climber feat, which lets you do one-handed holds and still do useful things. So yeah, you're helping out, and you're able to pull Shunka up into this space. And Shunka has the Frightened 1 condition for a bit. I'm going to say Shunka has the Frightened 1 condition until Shunka tastes blood.
Fair enough.
Oh.
So not long, Yara goes back to the door.
I do have a question. Since you've brought up the Frightened 1 condition, would Brenros calming aura remove that condition?
No.
No, okay.
While
for alarm.
Yaru went down, Palik wants to take a look at the door and kind of see if there's any traps or anything goofy about it.
Sure. And it was more of an agitated one, flavored frightened, if that makes any sense for Shunka. Palik, make a perception roll, please.
A 32.
32. You detect that this wall section will easily move. There are no traps upon it. There is no way to lock or unlock it. And you believe it was moved within the last week.
Okay. I'm not going to move it. I'll let Yaru do that, but I did want to just make sure it wasn't trapped or...
Okay. It is not, and it is very tight in this small nook, especially with a bulky wolf. Brenros is still clinging to the top of the ladder, waiting to get in there.
What is the light situation as I open the rock opening?
So you're opening, that's the big question.
Okay, yeah, so I will go ahead and open the rock after I give a look back and a nod to everybody.
All right, you're hit by a trap. No.
You taste blood.
You push and push, and the rock gives way, and you see there is a small drop about 10 feet down to a small corridor just underneath, and it is dark in there.
I'm going to climb down very stealthily, not jump down.
You climb down, you see there's another inset ladder on that near wall as you climb down. And
I'm going head first and popping my head in, and swiveling around the room and checking if anyone's there,
This is a small corridor that is very narrow, and you believe this is some sort of secret corridor within the fortress. It is not well used. It is totally not lit.
Awesome. Yeah, I'll go down and approach and let everyone know it's crowded and narrow and such.
Sildren shows Shunka the harness kind of questioningly, and Shunka growls and just jumps in.
Okay. Everyone makes their way in. Brenros is finally able to get out of the snow, and you guys are in this passage. Yaru leading the way. The passage goes 40, 50 feet before coming to an end where it ends in a trap door of old wood on the floor.
Okay.
Before you open that, can I take a look?
What did Langward reference this in some way?
I don't think he could fit in this chamber.
So stay out on the side of the sky, and he mentioned probably the water as well.
Head to the light, by the railing, find the hidden ladder to find the blue man. Then ask for a favor. Not the blue man, that's if we find Morgana.
Perhaps the blue light we saw earlier was some sort of gift to the dragons. A peacekeeping artifact or some type of device for them to use.
Or it was just like a lighthouse, like a guiding light.
It very much could just be a light as well.
Tanner wants to detect magic behind Palik.
Detecting magic behind Palik, you detect magic of conjuration.
There is conjuration magic. Can I pinpoint where it is? Can I not move that?
Can you?
Yeah, it's pretty good. Let me tell you. The spell says.
Yes.
Says.
Yes.
Okay.
Turning into Piercy.
Spell says. You learn the School of Magic for the highest level effect within range that the spell detects. If the magic effects are equally strong, you determine which one. The GM does. As of 3rd level, when it's heightened to 4th, which it is, you also pinpoint the source of the highest level of magic. Like for an imprecise sense, you don't learn the exact location, but can narrow it down to within a 5-foot cube.
All right. It is 20 feet below you, slightly off from directly underneath this trapdoor.
There is a conjuration spell right under this door and a little bit over that way.
And it has just moved slightly.
It moved by itself.
What is-
What?
That
What is a
could be the
conjuration
spirit?
spell?
Potentially a conjured spirit.
Yeah, a conjuration is someone that got called in. It was created out of magic.
It's not getting any warmer in here.
I agree. And Palik's gonna check this door for traps.
I
Make a
don't want to
perception
be
roll.
that guy, but
Oh shit. Well, I rolled a 1. I'm gonna keep it.
Okay. There are absolutely no traps here.
Yeah.
There's no traps.
You know you're going to pay for that in some other way, right?
Well, yeah, for sure. After you, Piercy.
No, I say after you.
Not seeing anything. Palik will go ahead and bite that bullet and open the door.
You open the trap door. You see beneath you is a chamber that is dark, that immediately lights up with 2 different fireplaces upon you opening that door. Vroom, vroom. 2 fireplaces light up. You see it is heavily carpeted in red. There is some furniture down below, and you hear someone say, "Hello."
Hello. There's a ladder down, you said?
There is.
Palik will go down the ladder.
All right, more slits cut into the stone. You climb down. You find yourself in a study-looking room. There are some nice chairs. There's some cozy sofas, these fires. There's a fur rug of some old bear-looking fur rug. There's some heraldry on the wall on a shield. And there is also, as the rest of the group, I assume, is making their way down, there is a ghostly blue spirit standing by a door.
Xander, I think you take over here.
Peep and I, friend. We are a lot of things. We're so excited to meet you. We were sent here by Langward over on the Downman Isle.
How may I be of service?
We are seekers of knowledge. We want to understand the magic that works here, where it comes from, and what things that we can gain and learn from it.
There is much magic here. That much is certain. There has been magic here for longer than I have been here.
Where does it come from?
It was originally here from the Chalorans before my master arrived, and then he had his own magic, and I myself am magic.
What kind of magic are you?
I am a spirit of this place, of no place, not from anyone, but of pure magical creation. I have been a guardian of from solitude to my master for many years.
Does your master still live here and work here with his magic?
Unfortunately, my master, Maginor, has passed away.
I'm sorry to hear it. Was your master Chaloran?
No, he was not Chaloran. My understanding is no Chaloran has stepped foot within these walls for hundreds and hundreds of years. But alas, time gets the best of us, although not me.
What is your name?
I have no name. I am a spirit protector. You may call me the spirit protector.
Thank you, Spirit Protector. If we were going to be seeking out knowledge of the magic that your master used and of kind of conjuring where you came from and what we can understand about ourselves, where would we go about finding that?
He eyes you closely and floats towards you, Xander, and reaches out a translucent, ghostly blue hand towards your head and gets closer with the hand and closer with the hand. He gently touches your head, your forehead, and it is the coldest you have been in all week when he touches it. And Tim's got the visual, and he closes his eyes and says, I am not sure I trust you. I see much chaos within you. I see you have caused much damage and hurt to your very friends. He then turns to Sildren and reaches out with a bluish hand. There is a growl from nearby.
Mm-hmm.
He continues to approach. Shunka steps between the two of you. He reaches out and touches you. Shunka bites at him and does no damage and cannot hurt the Spirit Protector. The Spirit Protector ignores it and touches you if you'll let him, Sildren.
Yeah.
Okay. He touches you with his cold, dead hand. And as he does so, he says,
Kind of like easing Shunka while this is all happening.
I sense you are a murderer who has slain a man in cold blood and are not worthy of the knowledge you seek.
No.
Watch your step forward, Sir Brenros.
I'm cold.
You're gonna get a little colder.
Don't like the cold. What do you want? What? Does Brenros recognize this as a spirit? As a undead or unnatural in that regard?
It is definitely an undead ghost, but it does not appear to be a harmful one. You have come across somewhat similar ones in temples of Solene long ago, but not exactly like this.
Does this evoke a strong sense of I must destroy you?
Not in any way.
Not in any way. What is it you require, spirit?
He approaches you with a outstretched hand and gets closer and closer and touches your helmeted head and touches your skin through it, and you are cold. And he says, I sense you are eager to prove yourself more than should be necessary, but you are a man true of heart. What is it that you seek?
Oh, the gold. He wants the gold.
Like we all seek, we desire truth. We desire knowledge. Can you grant this?
I will grant this. I can tell you that this place was used by my master Maginor for many years. He practiced his arts and used the power of the rift here to complete his studies. He was obsessed with the night sky, but more than that, Maginor loved to clone a copy of himself, which helped keep myself company over the years when Maginor was busy. But now Maginor has passed, all my company has passed, and the power has been stripped away by these wicked invaders who have arrived.
Who are the wicked invaders?
I cannot say exactly where they are from. I have known them only as Colium Guards.
The white dragon people we saw below?
That is correct. They have arrived a few weeks ago. They have occupied the fortress, both north and south, and some sections of the span. I sense even now they have completely dominated the upper theater where the rift is located. I sense 40 or more dragonkin of various types there.
What rift?
Percy just walks the other way and heads back to the dinghy.
Okay. Percy is gone.
That might be a good plan.
Can you tell us what you know of the rift?
I can tell you that the rift is an important part of this location that was a focal point of the original construction, according to my master. He used the power for his research. It's granted a great deal of energy to fuel his magics. I do not know the purpose of the Colium Guards in what they are doing here, but their defiling of this place is most unacceptable to me. I believe they are here for two reasons. The rift, first and foremost, and secondly, to grab a hold of anything that my former master once used for his magic.
It kind of taking where the rift would probably be, does that look like it could match up with the thing in the Nexus, basically, that I associate with a garbage chute? Basically the window or the exit. So in the Nexus, like there's like, if you look out, there's like an ocean or whatever.
Right.
Is that where the rift might be? Is that where that might open up to?
Make an Arcana roll or occult.
Brenros would like to press his question further if he can.
Sure, hold on one second. We'll do this roll real fast, since you guys all have your skills instantly up and ready to go.
Whoa! Natural 1.
Natural 1. You have no idea whatsoever, and you go still as you are stupefied by your own thoughts. Brenros, you have a question.
Approaches even closer to the spirit. Spirit guardian, how far does your vision go? Do you see just this place, or do you see beyond it?
My eyes see only what is here within this fortress. I can tell you what is within these walls and upon these walls. How may I be of assistance to you with this? I can tell you that they have not, while they have occupied the upper theater in mass, they have not located Magenor's personal chambers.
What could be of use?
Turning to Xander.
Say that again, Yarrow.
He just asks, what sort of things did Magenor build that we might use to resist these creatures?
Magenor has acquired many items over his lifetime of magic. These would be of empowering use to the Colium Guards. A man of honor, he says, nodding towards Sir Brenros, you would be of value in taking these items to a nearby king or noble knight. Anyone would be much better to have these than the defiling monsters.
And you could get us to these items without them seeing?
I can tell you to take the blue steps. He motions towards a second door you did not even see behind barely covered by a bookcase, and that door opens up. The blue steps to the classroom will. I'm starting to talk. Sorry. I love your glasses, Tim. Uh,
I have old eyes now.
the blue steps to the castle. Oh man, now I'm in trouble.
Now you're doing it. Now you're doing it.
He might have to change his voice instantly.
Just go back to the Voldemort. Blue steps. That was good.
All right. Ah, damn it! Blue steps is where you would go. God, son of a! All right, I have to change his voice now. I'll make it deeper then. Blue steps. Oh man, this is so screwed. All right, I'm not doing any voice. Blue steps is where you want to go.
The classroom, or I think is what you said.
To the class. What did he say? Yeah, to the classroom. And focus on the class as Maginor used to access his private study. And yeah, he looks at you, Xander, closely.
Yeah,
and
Xander
says, you might want to continue to follow the blue steps beyond that. Past Sonolis Hall, there is the Great Span. There just might be something, he looks at you again, of interest there. Dangerous to find, but interesting to you, perhaps.
Please understand. I'm very young to this, and I've never been trained in magic at all. It's just always been a part of me, and I've never known why. I've never known what it's for. I've tried my best to do good with it, and I have hurt others. I've hurt them by accident. I've hurt all of my friends before. I just don't know what I'm doing. I want to know. I want to know who I am. I want to know why I have this. Any help you can give would be appreciated. I will take those steps. Thank you.
He nods.
Do you have any information about these guards? Weaknesses, perhaps, if we do run into them?
I'm afraid I do not know much about their weaknesses. I know their locations, and I know where their energy is being spent. There are several of them scattered throughout this side of the fortress, several of them across the span, and most of them on the southern fortress.
The way you have told us to go, will we be encountering these creatures?
It is possible, but unlikely. The classroom is here within the northern side of the fortress, where the Colium guards are the fewest. But there is another option available to you. Who does he like? Sir Brenros. He's telling you this, Sir Brenros. Under the span, the area between the islands here, if you were to touch a blue crystal and say the word of my master, a boat would appear, his boat, that would persist for 7 days to get you where you might need to go. That is another opportunity.
What's the word?
His name.
Bird.
No!
And the blue crystal, though?
Probably the blue light, I would imagine.
Yara's gonna ask him.
Ask him.
And what of his? You said to focus on his class. Was he a teacher?
No, he was always considering himself a student, always a learner, and he always did something I was not privy to during the classroom time, and it was him as teacher, him as student. It was a strange affair, but his private study he did attach to the classroom.
One's journey is never quite finished as long as they draw breath.
The whole group looks at you as you just made sense for the first time.
About to say that.
The learning is working.
And I will go into the door, into the blue door.
Not without grabbing a hero point for that. And you go through it. The door is not blue, but you go through it, and there is a
Yes.
corridor that you start walking
Few
down.
steps. Sorry.
Okay, let's go. Let's travel as quietly and quickly as we can, and
Yes.
I
avoid
need
his-
to go collect Piercy.
Yeah.
Oh, your Piercy's on the roof. He's
All right.
Oh, okay.
You guys leave the spirit behind, and he watches. He does not leave that study and just looks out the door and cranes his neck as you go further and further down. It is dark, but as you walk down the corridor, there are some greenish magical lanterns that hang from the sides of this 10-foot wide corridor. It is tall, maybe 30 feet tall. It is unnecessarily tall. There are doors on the sides that Palik or Piercy poke their heads down into, and you see there's a small storeroom here that hasn't been used for a long time. There's a spot that has dilapidated wooden bunk beds that could have housed 40 people that have almost collapsed in on themselves. And you keep going and keep going. You get the overall sense that this fortress has been used by different groups and different people over the centuries, even millennia perhaps. And particularly with Magenor's time, just abandoning different sections and just focusing on their own little area. So it's you're almost walking through different historical times as you see different things. Chaloran writing that's almost faded, with then heraldry from 100 years ago that no one really uses, that kind of a thing.
Real quick, Tom, before Sildren left the spirit behind, he has a mesmerizing opal. He pulls it out. Is this something that would be interesting to you in your time here? And he kind of sets it down and like lets it be, kind of shine or whatever, to see if it's something that would entertain him in his stay there.
Where is there's a mesmerizing opal. He says, yes, thank you. That would be excellent.
And Sildren will leave that with him.
All right, he accepts it. He cannot grab it, but he kneels down next to it in awe of it.
Okay.
Nice. You walk down further, Yaru, with the group trailing behind quietly, and you see there are some tiles that you cross, and then there's a stairwell to the right. You keep going. Stairwell to the left has has steps that are made of 3 stones each step, and the middle stone is blue. And so you start heading that way, climbing up. You climb up higher into this fortress and walk down another corridor with blue lights, and as you round a corner, you see there are several of these, I think 2 of these Coleum guards that are in the hallway up ahead. It's a fairly narrow hallway, and they are talking to a few more up ahead, and they are absolutely blocking your path.
I thought the spirit said they would not be in our path.
Might not be in our path.
He also called you a murderer.
Well, one is right
true.
and one is wrong.
You want to say 2 truths and a lie?
Truth and a lie.
Well, shit.
Want to try to sneak past?
This
They're
is the
right
way
there.
he said to go, right?
Yeah, blue steps.
Blue steps. Oh, look.
And I see no other way to do this.
Let's wait for a few moments to see if they go anywhere. And can Sildren understand what they're saying? Are they like...
They're speaking Draconic.
Okay.
Maybe.
Okay, they talk. They are talking. There's two of them in the corridor. They are talking to there. I'm pinging on the map just out of view where there's another guard who's also talking back to them. And then one of them can see you guys in this shadowy gloom and screeches, yells something draconic, and they immediately start flying towards you guys with these long javelin spear-like things made entirely out of ice. They come racing at you, and we have a combat on our hands, everybody.
Here we go!
After you, everyone.
I was wondering if that was coming.
That is a door up on the left? Okay.
Yes.
Correct.
Ooh,
Get out of my way! This is a perfect shot for me!
Well, please tell me
see.
that's not the. There we go. Okay.
I received a notification said I do not have access to
Yeah, me
update the
too.
scene.
Yep.
Don't know if it matters.
Say it again.
I received a
you lack
notification that said I lack permission to update this scene. It's probably something I'm not permitted to see that might be in the fog. I don't know, but that was an error I received.
Okay, I don't know why that would be the
I
case.
got it as well.
We all got it when you rolled initiative.
Okay. Don't worry about that. I'm sure it's totally fine. First up is Master Yaru.
Ooh. Okay.
Son of a bitch.
Gosh. I mean, hey, Philippe, after you.
No, it's fine.
Oh man. So he's flying towards me with a spear in his hand? Ice?
Yes.
Spear? Damn.
If only you could hit him with a magic cone of fire or something!
If only the woodpecker sighed. Let me see.
Don't lose your hero point now.
I will, hearing Xander's sass, knowing what it means, something bad is coming, whether behind me or in front of me, I'm going to move. How far is that? He is 50 feet ahead of me. I'm going to go right to this door, and I'm going to open that door and see what's inside that, possibly corridor, hallway, whatever. Oh,
All right.
Click the door, I'm sorry.
Diablo newbie.
Yeah, go ahead, move there, and go ahead and click the door to open it.
Boom. I see just stone. Is opening the door a second action?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. We can't see what he sees.
Yeah, that's right.
Last action.
Thank God talking is free actions.
I'm going to.
What are you gonna do?
Well, I'm going to yell at him. Okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to say, "All right, you great ugly lizard. Come and get me." And I'm going to teleport. Or I'm not going to teleport, I should say. I'm going to go right here inside this room.
All right. Yaru goes into the room and
Oh, this is weird. I can't see you guys anymore.
And we can't see or
I
help
know.
you.
Yaru disappears. Next up is one of these creatures. It flies with speed and flies into that side chamber right next to you, Yaru, and accommodates you, comes flying in and stabs at you with its spear of ice with a 26.
Is that a ranged weapon attack?
It is not a ranged weapon attack. It's stabbing you with a 26 to hit.
Does not hit.
All right, strikes a second time with a 27 on the second one.
Does not hit.
Darn it. What was this one? Shoot. No, didn't work. And what was this one? That's 2. Okay, that is it. Next up is whom? Next up is Palik.
Kalik's gonna move up here. It's at 25 feet. Oh, man, look at that.
Flanking
got some
around the guy.
Flanking. I expected to have to burn a second move, but I don't have to do that. So we're gonna strike at this guy's back with a 34,
34?
excuse me.
34 is a hit.
Nice.
Hey, Tom, you need to add Shunka in as well, I believe.
Okay.
32 points of damage.
A lot of damage.
That's a
Nice
big
hit.
hit. He's got extra backstabbing damage.
Yep, and then I'm going to strike again with nice 33,
Yeah.
35.
35.
35 is a hit.
Let's go.
24 more points of damage.
24. It's huge. All right, I think you're done.
I am done.
Sildren, you are up next.
Okay.
Stabbing and stabbing this dragon.
So Sildren will come forward. Let's see, that's 70. So I need to be. I'm going to do 2 moves and end up there.
Further up north.
And then, I'm actually going to. Yeah.
On
And
this
then that guy is 30 feet away. So the creature that's the Colium Guard that is to our north in the hallway. Sildren extends his hand and doesn't really have anything to say about it. He's just going to cast slow.
Casting slow on the guy.
Yeah.
All right. Was this a fortitude save?
Let's see. Let's take a look. DC 30 fortitude save, yeah.
Fortitude save. Here it comes. 35.
35. So he's slowed for 1 round.
Okay. Got it. Is that it for your turn? Or do you have anything else going on?
Yeah, so Sildren's gonna save an action for Shunka. And
First action.
Shunka. Let's see, how fast is Shunka?
Pretty fast.
40 feet.
Jesus, nice.
Yeah.
That's great.
And so Shunka will come up 40 feet and attack this Colium Guard.
Yeah, you can do that.
With his jaws.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. It was almost a natural 20. 26 to hit.
26. Sunka's first bite is a miss.
Ugh. All right. Very good. That's it.
Done. Xander.
Oh, no. Hold on to your butt, Sildren.
Thank God I'm behind him.
Do not. You have single target, you jerk.
Hey, if I can take it, you all can.
Let's see. If I was gonna measure up to, oh my God, whoa, calm down. Lots of measuring. Xander is running forward to be next to Palik and kind of behind the crazy scary wolf, Sunka, and then is going to cast an acid arrow at straight north at the Colium Guard in the hallway still, so not
Okay.
around the corner.
All right. Doing so, there's a little bit of cover that your friends are providing them, so he'll have a bonus of 1 to his armor class. Go ahead and make your roll.
I don't like that, but I will roll it anyway. Yeah.
That caused you pause? You've been dropping fireballs in us.
no.
No!
Oh, that's a
Yikes.
natural 1. I've got 1 more hero point. And
Oh,
Take one of mine. No.
It's
Tigers.
gonna save me some damage, so go ahead.
Thanks so much.
You should have taken Yaru up, though, because he just.
I was about to say, yeah, I have 3.
Okay, yeah, well then, all right.
Take one of mine instead of Sildren's.
I'm still spending it. Here we go. Take
Yeah.
2. Oh my God, that's a 25 to hit.
25. It misses everyone, which several
Oh.
people are still grateful for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's a little tear, like a little acid splash on Sildren's cloak.
That's all I got. Sorry, I tried.
All right.
Is that
Yeah, our healer's out front. This is gonna be good times.
A new enemy comes flying around from a side room, flying right at Sildren. He's about, let's see, what is he going to do? Yeah, he is coming right at you, Sildren, and he goes into a draconic frenzy and makes 2 stabs and a strike with his pointy tail with a triple attack with 2 actions. Here comes his attacks. Good luck, Sildren. That was almost really, really bad for you. 28?
Miss.
Really? Nice.
Yep, 29 is the AC.
17?
Yeah,
a miss. And then his tail, 24. Oh, a flurry of attacks, and you were able to dodge and weave, and nothing happens. Oh, that's just unfortunate. Next is Sir Brenros Alderman.
Sir Brenros.
Yeah, we've got this north-south long corridor with a couple side rooms. You're at the very bottom of this.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I got to go here. That's... Am I able to go through Xander?
Yes.
That's difficult terrain?
Yeah, you probably should. Just take 5 feet off your total real fast. Don't
No
bother double clicking
problem.
and all that.
I'm going to go right here. I think that'll be fine. That's the end of my second. My third will be to raise my shield. And that is the end of my turn.
Okay.
That floating shield, is it raised automatically, or is that still something he has to spend an action on?
I have to spend an action. I can have it float around, but
okay.
a lot of
I
my
was just
abilities are
curious.
based off of me actually physically using it. So
Yep.
All right. Another Colium guard comes flying out of the side chamber. That is 4 in total that you have finally spotted. This one comes flying out, races towards the group, comes up shy, and right where Palik is at, blasts the area with a massive gout of ice that explodes around Palik's feet and strikes everyone, even hitting the Colium guards themselves, but they are completely resistant to it. And you guys are hit by a whole bunch of ice. What I need to do is have each of you guys make a 27 reflex save with, hold on, but doesn't count, doesn't count, with Yaru getting a +1 bonus because you have a little bit of cover from the dude blocking you.
Okay.
And Piercy, you're totally fine. All you guys need to let me know is if you fail or pass or fail at 27 reflex save. Go for it.
Yaru's is a critical success.
So is Palik.
Sildren's.
37.
mine didn't roll.
All right. If you
Mine
crit
did.
succeed, no
Should
damage.
Shunka make one as well?
Yes.
28 for, so that's a pass for Alderman.
Shunka's
Ooh,
natural.
Natural 20. Nice.
It's that thick fur.
Uh-huh.
She's a.
She's a northern. He is a northern wolf.
And Sir Brenros, you passed, did you say?
I passed, yes.
With a pass, you take 16 points of cold damage as you are still blasted by shards of it.
Xander passed 2, it also takes it.
Yep.
Should have
Yeah, maybe being stacked on top of each other isn't a great idea.
Hey man, I tried.
Oh shit.
A 5th in total. Colium guard comes flying out of that side chamber, and it repeats the same explosion. I need everyone to make those same exact rolls again.
Oh, yeah.
Even though Shunka made a natural 20?
Yep.
Xander passes.
Another 37 for Yaru.
Not yet. Okay, yeah.
27 on the target roll for Brenros.
So that's a pass.
34 and 32, so I've passed both.
Palik critically succeeds.
All right. If you passed, you take 14 points of cold damage.
Ow.
More ice goes shattering and bouncing around this tight little corridor. And there is one last Coleum guard who swings open a side door and disappears.
Ooh.
And oops.
Hey, Tom, one other minor thing. I don't have in the combat tracker, Shunka's not there, so I don't have the ability to take away his hit points.
There you go.
Thank you.
And this one comes flying down the side chamber and closes in. He's going to go ahead and flank Yaru, but that takes an extra action, annoyingly. But he does get one strike with his... Yeah. No, he's going to use Speed Surge. He can move up to twice his speed. He races over there with a single action and then does his Draconic Frenzy, going nuts on you. Let's see if he's any more successful. God bless America. 23 with his first hit.
No, sir.
Strikes with the second one with a big 23. But his tail comes with a huge... 16. Totally misses. Their Draconic Frenzy is a wash. And Piercy, you're up.
Does Piercy's panache count as being gained on this turn?
I believe so.
Okay. So Piercy sees all this stuff going on in front of him in this narrow hallway, and he pulls out his short sword and is like, here we go, and puts up his shield for one action. And
to answer your question, as soon as initiative is rolled and you declare after you have panache.
Right.
So yes.
Okay. And then he goes 40, he goes 50 feet.
But don't do it.
Now each person's going to take away 5 feet. Just be aware of that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, let's see what happens here.
You can just...
You might be able to help Yaru and not be in a giant explosion location, potentially.
And the audience can see everything that's going on, right?
The audience can see if they're
watching. If they're listening, Bleak's
it's just
trying to dodge and weave.
Yeah,
dodge and weave through us. There's a big, long-ass, narrow corridor full of baddies.
Full of bad guys.
Are you really going to get in the middle of all three of them to put yourself in a flanked position where I might or may not have been dropping a fireball?
And so, first action was the Vivacious Bravado, and he gets a bonus of 15 hit points.
The answer is yes.
Second action was to raise his shield, and the third action was to put himself in the middle of these dragons to try and gain their focus, their attention.
Okay. Trying to do a little mini tanking. New round, Yaru, you're up.
Ooh, okay. I am going to... I want to try to continue my my threats on this one guy in front of me who came flying at me. So I'm going to try a feint.
Okay.
For my first action here. Never done this before, so I don't know how it is. So
make a deception roll.
Deception check. Ooh, not my best skill.
What?
What is the other option? Demoralizes intimidation. I'm sorry, I'm figuring this out. Okay, yeah, I'll continue with my feint, and it's a deception roll. Try that against him. 28.
You have a success with a feint for your first time ever.
Sweet, and that does flat-footed. Success. Your foe is fooled, but only momentarily. Targets flat-footed against the next melee attack. Okay, so my next action, I am going to do a 2-action 1-inch punch key strike.
Oh, that is huge. You're not doing the rapid flurry. You're doing one big 2-action.
You're spending my last 2 actions to do a 1-inch punch.
I always get nervous when you possibly miss these big punches.
Yes, it is a possible. It's a big one if I miss.
Which one are you hitting?
The one in front of Palik. The one that I am flanking with Palik.
So does that bonus stack with the flanking?
No, then don't do a feint because you already got the flanking. So you still have an action after this, or you can turn it into a triple action.
I'll do a 2-action key strike. I'm sorry, 2-action 1-inch punch.
Okay.
Attack here with a key strike.
Powered by key strike.
Powered by key.
Good luck.
So close.
With a 42.
With a 42 plus 1, because the key strike is a 43 is a critical success. That might be the highest you've ever rolled.
Nice.
So let's do key damage and critical damage.
High-low.
So let's see here. So 50 points of damage, 7 points of key damage, of force damage, I should say.
57.
Oh, wait, it's a critical. So that's another one of these. That's 9 more.
66 damage total.
66 damage. He is fortitude save, please.
God dang, that's a massive blow.
And he has 1d10 persistent fire damage.
All right, fortitude save. This is for the stunning effect. I'm sure he passed with a 38, but he's got persistent damage.
And that's a critical success if it matters.
Okay, it doesn't. All right.
Okay. And the d10 persistent fire.
Got it on him.
We just hear bone crunching.
And he's already slowed for his next turn, I believe, from someone else's effect.
No, that round.
Or is that someone else? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That was 2 actions. I have 1 more action, and I'm going to do a flurry of blows.
Yeah. Get it.
Oh, wait, I need to do the third one twice. I'm sorry. Ignore that first one. That is a 17 to hit, and a 19 to hit, and a 33 to hit.
A 17 to hit's a miss. A 33 is a hit.
Woo.
Right.
Misses one, smack with the other. Bobbing and weaving.
An additional 24 points of damage.
You have destroyed that guy.
Oh,
wow.
Nice single round.
So I hit him,
man.
I do an uppercut. Part of my fist comes through as he explodes from within, and I just keep wailing. And I turn to the other one, and I say, I know you don't know who we are, but you're about to.
Palik, your turn. Top that.
Oh yeah, he just got killed. Nice.
He's in goo before you.
I'm gonna move back. I'm gonna move into this room and flank this other guy. I'm assuming I can like squeeze past you.
Sure, let's do that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh man, I can't. That's really cuts off my vision. And yeah, I'm gonna strike twice with my rapier. A 40 total of 40.
40 is a critical hit.
There you go.
Guys are rolling.
Literally gonna top that.
78.
Yes.
Oh my god!
Holy
Oh yeah, what's
moly.
this?
That is brutal backstabbing gore.
Yeah.
Dear.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's just your first attack.
Yep. And I'll do a second one.
Which she whispers.
Wow.
Yeah. For 29.
29 is a hit.
Nice.
For 29 more points of damage.
Oh my god.
Man. Almost slaughtered him in a single round. Those are huge rolls all the way around. Great job. All right, Sildren, top that.
Sildren is going to step into this room with everybody else, get out of the way. So Sildren's going into the room that's to our west that has the single creature, and getting kind of back in the corner here, and will recall knowledge.
It's okay. I got these trees.
You can make a nature roll.
Cool.
And Brenrose just go into the room and close the door behind you.
Total of 40.
Wow, 40 is really good. You get 2 bits of information. Do you want to know defensive stuff, their attack capabilities? Do you want to know some of their special abilities? What do you want to know?
Defense and special ability would be my choice 1 and 2.
All right. They have an armor class of 27 and start with 135 hit points. Special abilities. They have their speed surge, which they can move up to twice their speed for just a single action. And their speed is 50-foot flying, so they can haul butt. They have their Draconic Frenzy, which has happened already, which is two actions for a triple attack. They have the Ice Breath, and what you know from this is it does 8d6 plus 4 cold damage, explodes in an area. It also can only be used once every 1d6 rounds. So once they use it, it can take quite a while, or it might come up the next round. You don't know, but it's not every turn for sure.
Okay.
All right, I think Sildren's done.
Yep.
Or is-
But Shunka's not.
Yeah. You've got an animal companion to do things.
That's awesome.
And so this is weird. I'm in there with Sildren, and I don't have Shunka as a token. But he's going to come in and attack the quorum guard here. That's it, the single one that's in the room, and try and. No way is he going to top that, but we're going to go ahead.
Be
and
able to finish him off.
He does get. Sildren gave him an action, so he gets an extra action. So he'll get 2 attacks, I believe.
No.
It's the
No.
move, then attack, right?
Minions can only ever do 2 actions.
Okay,
It's been a while since you've done an animal companion. It's fine.
it has 27 to hit.
27 is a hit.
Sweet. So Shunka hits. Yeah.
No,
No?
it's a 26 with the agitated, frightened condition
Fear.
that Sunka had.
I had already added it, so it should be calculating in there.
It is
Well, that's right, yes, it
calculated.
says-
You're
It's
good.
calculated.
Nice.
Sweet.
Recalculate.
All right, so I need to find Jaws. There we go.
Draws blood, and that goes away now. That's pretty cool.
Yep.
For a mere 17 points of damage.
Nice.
Is it still alive?
It is destroyed by Shunka.
Okay.
Nice.
First attack by the wolf.
Just like Shunka just grabs a hold of it, shakes a wing and like pulls it down and just like latches on top of it. And I will go ahead and get rid of that frightened effect.
Done.
Nice.
Speaking of afraid, be very afraid, everyone, for it is Xander's turn in a tight corridor.
And why do you think I'm in the another room completely?
He's in the corner in
Running away.
the fetal position.
You didn't
It's not
close
like
the
I've
door,
got
though.
chaotic wild magic coursing through my veins right now. Wait, it is.
Seventh
Xander
level
will
fireball.
cast Piercy. I'm so sorry, my dude.
I'm in
Xander's
front of
casting
you, too.
Fireball
Okay, that's good.
right on top of your butt.
Do I have to roll?
It'll be a reflex save. Do I?
Just
so
him,
Tom,
or
real quick
do I
question:
need to
should
do
I
it?
put the spell into the chat so I can make the circle, or do I draw a circle?
The chat one doesn't work quite yet right now, so go ahead and just draw it so we know.
Cool. It's horrible. Oops, this thing. This
Put it on
thing.
me.
Starting here to.
Do you
Believe
need
that's
some help?
20 feet.
That's interesting that we can see that, but we can't see any of the tokens.
Does that blow into a room space that we can't see and could potentially do extra stuff?
It could, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Fireball.
It's a fireball. All right.
Glad we're
so
not in an orphanage.
Palik and these 3 Coleum dragon guards need to make reflex
Piercy.
saving throws. Piercy, I'm sorry, Piercy.
PC,
Reflex.
by the way, is 29.
33, and I have evasion, so it's a critical success.
Good on ya.
I have a fail, and a success. So what's the
Fantastic.
damage?
So with this one, because of my chaos magic, it's heightened.
Oh.
Right?
Oh, I've been waiting for this.
It's a critical success, Piercy.
Holy shit.
Oh, that's a lot of
dice.
six-sided dice.
That is 62 points of flame damage.
I
Piercy gets
suspect
no
they may be vulnerable to fire damage too.
Oh.
I also suspect such things. I always suspect such things.
The cold Brenros is
62?
just
62 fire damage.
They
So
take
if-
a little bit of additional damage from this heated blast for sure. Boom! Huge flame goes erupting all over the place as you let loose this chaotic magic that was triggered way back on the other island from the fallen statue. Now, here's what's going to happen, boys and girls. I have imported into our VTT just for my benefit of joy, and I can see us getting much value out of this, a rollable chart that rolls wild magical effects, and it has 10,000 of them within it.
Yeah.
Oh God!
holy cow.
There's got to
I
be
am
some
going-
really good and really
Yeah.
bad ones in there.
I'm going to roll a few of these and then pick the best two that will apply to Xander.
You have 1,000-sided die?
That one's got to apply.
Did you say 1,000 or 10,000?
10,000
Yeah.
of these.
Okay, 10,000.
Okay, we are going to do 3 of them because they're so delightful. All right, number 1. Both of these are going to affect Piercy.
What? Why? I didn't get any damage.
Exactly.
Oh yeah,
Exactly.
you. It's chaotic though. It's chaotic magic. Piercy, you feel absolutely 100% sure that Xander is wearing your clothes.
Okay.
Look how shiny and blue. I got my own little tabard.
You are absolutely sure of that. In addition,
That's awesome.
Xander, you need to make a fortitude saving throw equal to your own spell DC of 29,
Oh crap.
which should not be easy for you.
Oh, I got a 26.
26, and shoot! Xander is completely encased in ice.
Oh,
Piercy starts to laugh at that and then start coughing more and coughing with the laugh. And Piercy, you cough up and disgorge a small replica of this northern fort onto the ground made of porcelain.
Okay. We'll
Apparently
play
you
this,
had-
play this out in a
and
minute.
from the gift shop at Port Rising, of course.
You didn't know the value of it at the time.
Always going shopping.
I visited Maginors Fortress.
My prescient planner backfired.
Yes.
Palik cannot see any of this, but really wants to give Yaru and Sildren a high five.
Xander, I think you're done, or you got something else going? No, Xander, you're
fucking
locked
frozen.
in. Never mind.
Xander's
you're
toast.
done. All right,
Nope.
there is a Colium
toast.
guard who is going to fly. I just took everybody. Who is going to? Oh my God! How do I do this? There we go. Who is going to fly over towards Xander next to Brenros, but fly past Brenros to Xander and do his triple attack on you. And stabs away. Come on, Tom, get some rolls. Here we go with a 35.
It hits.
Does the
Xander.
ice do anything for him?
Yeah, do I get AC because I'm encased in ice?
You get the following. It does a total of 36 points of damage,
God.
which is huge, and 4 of which was cold. So it will you will absorb that. You take 32 points of damage.
Ow.
A second attack. Yes, Brenros?
Brenros would like to react with his retributive strike and he lashes out at the creature.
Go for it.
This consumes a reaction and will prevent. What are we at? We're at 2, 11, 13 points of damage will be prevented.
Woo! Thank you.
And I will attack. Where's my attack? There it is. Hold on. Sorry, my screen is messed up.
Keep it going.
Rolling.
Here it comes. I love that die. 34 is a hit. Roll your damage.
Rolling damage. Rolling damage. Just do that. There we go. There's a damage of 12 points. It is not undead, I'm imagining.
It is not undead.
That
12 damage. The guard strikes a second time at you, Xander. Also hits with your cold resistance, does 24 points of damage.
Ow!
And Brenros can't do anything because your reaction's gone. It then lashes out with its tail, and that is absolutely a miss. It is your turn, Sir Brenros. That reaction recharges, and you're ready to go.
fantastic. I'm up here with him. Does it appear like Xander can be moved?
Xander might be able to be moved. He looks super heavy, but possible.
Brenros will step forward and shove Xander down a little bit if I can.
All right. You push Xander. He slides 20 feet with this ice and also makes a big thud as he falls prone. But he is well away from that Coleum guard.
Were there any cracking noises?
We'll say there's a little bit of cracking.
There's a little bit of cracking. Great.
But Brendos, that took two actions. One to move and one to push.
2 actions, and I'll go ahead and take a swing at this guy.
Go for it.
We'll go ahead and do that. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, my screen's in the way again. Attacking is
35 is a hit.
35.
Woo!
And damage. And there's your damage. 14.
Okay. The next up is one of the 2 other remaining guys who are around Piercy. It moves behind you to gain flanking and then does its triple attack on poor Yosoki Swashbuckler. With its ice spear, it stabs you for 36 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
You have been hit for 35 points of damage.
Okay.
And then it strikes again with a 33 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
For 31 points of damage. These are big when they hit.
Jeez.
Hold on.
Okay, you've got a shield.
That's with my shield.
And a 29 to hit with its tail.
No.
Ow.
Oh, almost got you with all 3. Brenros, your damage was 12, you said?
Was the last one was 14.
Okay. And then the other guard next to you, Piercy, is going as well. And he is doing a triple attack on you. Here he comes. Piercy could be in some trouble, boys and girls. Natural 20 solidifies what I just said. Hang on, Piercy. Oh, not bad. 45 points of piercing and cold damage. Second attack is a 25 to hit.
No.
Thank goodness. And the last tail strike. He makes himself flat-footed with a natural 1, and I believe triggers something, or is that Palik?
Post.
Is that you? Yeah.
Yep. So I'm gonna take a free shot at him, and I have smash. Here we go.
Woo! Get him back!
40.
40 is a critical hit.
Nice.
Nice.
There you go.
Not bad for a reaction.
41 points of damage.
41.
That's great.
How's that 41?
That
Oh,
was
it's
the one
critical.
to the north.
Yeah.
Okay.
Done. And it is then your turn,
It's
Piercy.
not my turn. So this huge fireball came at Piercy. He ducked and dived out of the way to get no damage and pops his head back up and looks down beyond Brenros at Xander and looks down at himself and then back at Xander and down at himself and back at Xander. Hey, Xander, why you wearing my clothes? And it's just no time. It's no time. We's a fight. And and then he spits up this ceramic porcelain little gift shop model of the fortress we're in. That disappeared. And then all of a sudden, he's getting pummeled by...
This is the weirdest day ever for Piercy.
And but the last one misses, and Piercy gets an opportune riposte and said, now's my turn. And we'll do a normal strike at the one to the north of him. And that's going to be 34.
34 is a hit.
Okay. And then that's going to be
Nice stab.
16 points of damage.
16 damage.
He's going to take...
And that's fire damage too for some of it, so.
Some of it is.
Oh, good point. I'll make note of that. Keep going.
6 for fire.
Got it.
And that previous damage
The
is...
flame burns. Oh, and the previous damage as well.
Yep.
He is barely hanging in there.
Okay. He'll take another shot at him.
He tries to parry it with his ice spear.
But he does. Because it was a 21.
Okay.
Um,
One action left.
and then he'll use finisher for the last. 22. Damn.
22 is a failed missed finisher, but it's the confident finisher.
It is. So I still get to roll damage.
Precision damage
11.
finishes him off.
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, you like, how does that work? What does that look like? That failed finisher, but still connects. What does that look like?
It's like he's going for like a critical area, but the opponent moves out of the way, but he still gets hit pretty bad. He gets a big slice instead of like a jab into an organ. He just gets a big slice into an artery.
All right.
Like drawing the sword back.
Yeah.
Yaru, you're in the side chamber, not too far away from these two remaining guards. What are you going to do?
So I was gonna go up that corridor that the guy kind of came and snuck us, but I'm just gonna step out. I want to use a full move action, if possible, to flank somebody here. Oh, I already am. Well, not flanking. If I use a full, can I use one action and get to right here to flank with Piercy?
Sure can.
I shall do that then.
Do you guys remember when we first started this for like the first 10, 12 like adventures, flanking just wasn't a thing at all? And once you guys realized it, you're like, oh God, yeah, flanking.
Yeah.
So I'm going to flank here with Piercy, and with my last two actions, I am or is this the dead guy? Or wait.
No.
Oh, no, there's a new guy. Oh, sorry.
He's alive
sorry.
and well.
Very sorry. I will do another 1-inch punch.
Okay.
A two actioner, if you will. And a 34.
34 is a hit.
All right. 34. And I just like tap him on the shoulder and I say, hello. Boom. 25 points of damage.
Another big hit. He was not expecting it. Takes a big hit, and some of that is fire. He takes additional flaming damage because of your flaming hand grabs.
Yes, that's 2 points of flaming damage, and he does have to make a fortitude save.
Oh, that's right. For your rare.
Every time I punch someone, they have to.
Possible. Maybe 28.
Oh, I think it's a 24. 4 for the stunning fist.
Okay.
I'll get back to you.
Moving on, Palik in the side chamber.
Yes, and I am going to go up and out the door up above with. I don't know where anybody is. Ooh, okay.
I'm sorry, it's against my class DC, so he failed.
And what does that mean?
So he is stunned 1.
Stunned 1. Sweet.
Okay. Can I do that? I can only get to right there. And I was all 3 moves to do that, so I am done.
Sildren hiding in the side room in the corner with your with Shunka.
Yep. So Sildren will. Shit.
Step out right into chaos.
Yeah. Yeah. He's gonna go. No. God.
No.
Yeah, he'll go right there, and then he's going to extend his hand out towards Piercy. And Piercy will be on the receiving end of a level 4 heal.
Level 4 heal.
2, 3, 4. Piercy will receive a total of 62 healing points. And then Shunka comes racing out and will. Ooh,
You got to be careful with the walls.
yeah. 10.
I'm helping you.
And then the intention is to come around and, even though Sildren didn't attack, since Sildren's in melee range, would Shunka get flanking? If Shunka's on the other side of Sildren from the Collium Guard?
Yes, flanking. Okay. Yes, as long as you are within your zone of control, if you will, you have the capability of doing it.
Okay. And I think Shunka could do that with 40 feet of movement.
Sounds good to me.
And Shunka will attack. With a 34 to hit.
That's a hit. What's the damage?
The damage on that is, where the hell is it?
That's button.
Well, it's weird for Shunka. There we go. We'll do 15 points of damage.
Okay.
Nice.
But how does Shunka's special ability work with a flying creature?
He's not flying at the moment.
Oh, then that creature is knocked prone by Shunka's attack.
Nice.
Shunka just basically barrels, like kind of runs around it and then just leaps and barrels right into him.
Do you have an action to spend?
Isn't that it's automatic? Any hit.
No. If you open up Wolf Trip, it says 1 action. The wolf automatically knocks the target of its jaw strike prone.
Oh, I thought it was just if a hit. No, I don't have an extra.
Okay. So it's a hit, but it just doesn't get knocked prone this time.
Very
you just got to kind of be set for that one. All right, Xander.
I made a block of ice.
Make an athletics roll.
I can do that. I have a fancy new bracelet to help me with that. Yeah.
Just need a 27.
How about a 32?
32! Like the Incredible Hulk, but really small. Xander smashes out of the ice. You are on your back in this frozen carbonite, trying to figure out if that's Chewie touching you. And what do you want to do with your remaining 2 actions?
So he's still in the block of ice and he's got 2 arms?
Yeah, it's just his hands and his legs.
His breath has been heated by his elemental power, so he can move his mouth and his hands, so he can cast spells.
That is exactly what is happening right now.
Oh, lovely.
So
you have feet, arms, and you can barely talk. Yep.
That's about what we're going for. Xander will cast out a flaming sphere right underneath the guy that the what is it called? The Collium Guard that's surrounded by Sildren and Shukin and Brenrose.
Okay.
Right?
Do you
north of
have
it.
access to that actor, or do you need me to drag it in?
Oh, I do. I forgot about this one. Hang on.
Wait.
Your hands have to be able to touch for this spell.
Does it work? I'm trying to drag it in. It's not dragging.
Okay, I'll drag it.
Flaming sphere.
Well, there it is.
Yeah, I'll just put it to the side so we can kind of see where it's at. Done. All right, and then he has to make a reflex or something? What happens? I can't never remember.
Reflex saving throw.
That is a miss with a 26.
Awesome bears! Which means he's going to take all the damage, which is in the other button for the friggin'. Hang on! Just sit there so you can burn!
We're still figuring out this virtual table.
Woo! I missed it. I'm coming back.
Oh my goodness.
Flaming sphere! Flaming sphere! Ah! 16 points of flame damage!
All right, with 16 points of flame damage, additional flame is dealt to him and he burns, and I believe you are done. It is his turn, and what happens?
He's going to take 2 points of continuous good damage right now.
He is?
Yep, from my retributive strike.
Oh, I don't like that at all. And what's happening with the sphere if he ends his turn in it, Space?
With the flaming sphere?
How does it work? Does he end? How does it trigger again? Oh, no, you sustain it. You sustain it.
Yeah.
I keep mixing that up. All right. He is going to strike at the wolf, Shunka. He is not slowed, stunned. That's the other guy. He's going to do a triple attack. Shunka has been 22 to hit with this ice spear, then a 33 to hit.
33 will hit.
Brenros is going to interfere.
That's 31 points of piercing and cold to the wolf.
Okay.
Minus remove 13 points of damage from the wolf. And Brenros will lash out. I can't see my...
28 is a hit.
28 is a hit. I'm guessing the persistent damage doesn't stack. So...
No.
There is more damage for you. 20 points of damage added on top.
20 points of damage. You slay the creature. Right as it delivers its blow, you stab it through the heart and drop it.
It's not even a matter of Brenros really doing anything. Brenros leans back to swing, but the creature disappears out of sight as this animal just tears it apart.
And then is your turn, Brenros.
Then we will step up here. I'm guessing I can't get past Pleek there. We'll take a slice at the creature.
The last one remaining.
Last one remaining for a 26 is probably
26 just misses.
Just misses. And then we'll brace and raise a shield.
Okay, it is that guy's turn. He is determined to slay Piercy. He is stunned. He loses some actions, though. He is going to fly around you, Piercy, and then do a single attack on you to try and get away from this mass of surrounding people with a 34 to hit. I'm assuming that's a hit.
Brenros will interfere.
Piercy, do you get stabbed?
Again?
34?
Piercing.
Are you able to? You're a little far away from him.
I get, typically he would be, but he is within my extended reach, which is 15 feet.
What?
Christopher feeded that sucker up.
That's sweet.
So a quick slash. This is just the retributive. This is not the big one. 27 to hit.
27 is a hit. What's your damage?
Damage. Retributive. 12 points of damage and 2 continuous past this.
slays that guy from 50 feet away. Holy energy lashes out and slays him, although you still do get hit with reduced damage.
Yes, that took 13 points.
So that's 12 damage to you, Piercy, total.
Okay.
All of the creatures are slain as you're in this hallway with a new wolf companion, a flaming sphere, and a Xaner popsicle, a Xanacle, if you will, as you guys are inside this fortress covered in snow, surrounded by dragonkin, and we will stop there for tonight. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. This was an absolute blast, and we will see you next time.
Bye.